Oh, I can't unsee that.
Don't barf, because then I'm gonna barf.
I guess we'll both have to hold it. Oh, I'm vomiting.
I think that if you want to do animation for adults, you need to be wild and you need to be extreme. Hero is like a brutal disaster. What I wanted to do first of all is a story with no heroes, no good characters, and it's just a tragedy. I wanted to talk about the most toxic relationship that you can imagine. I think that both characters are very much myself. Like many times I go for that thing that feels extremely dangerous, full of red flags everywhere. It's kind of like challenging and cool to talk about yourself, especially when it's so intimate and so private. I love animation over anything. Like it's been my passion forever. That's what I always wanted to do. And being able to explore the narrative worlds is extremely satisfying. The animation looks pretty rich and real because it's actually shot with real characters. In my films, we do work with actors to actually see their emotions, to record their acting in their faces, and obviously their body mechanics. We got a choreographer, Sarah Silkin, incredible. And then we have a number of really incredible dancers. They were able to own their body and control their body. I'm very obsessed with animation and human movement in general, and I like to keep working this way. The intensive work that you have to do in order to create just 15 minutes of animation, which is nuts. We were 72 people. You need to create a world from scratch. You need to design it, you need to model it, you need to rig it. There is a huge amount of process. I also wanted to do a homage to nature, the sounds and the colors. In order to do that, I rent a van and I got inside of the forest and I live basically inside of the forest for 2 weeks. This is something that I usually do. I like to go on location and find the right shots. When I was there, I saw that nature is so raw and so beautiful, and the colors, they were just perfect. I was very much also reinventing what a Renaissance parade of knights can look like. It was a pretty cool opportunity to explore color and to explore how color reflects on these armors as well. In 3D, we have the advantage that we don't need to have a body underneath. We don't need to have a man kind of like complaining or an actor saying like, oh my God, this doesn't move well. For the woman, I was very much based in all this beautiful jewelry and headpieces from Western Europe, Russia, India, and north of Africa. I just wanted to create a world that is rich and beautiful. There's like a lot of sound in nature, actually. It can be very chill and very quiet, but when you are full on inside of a forest, it's very rich in sound versus what a deaf person might hear. And I did my own interpretation of what this can be. This film is very much about listening. It's not so much about hearing, even though we have a deaf character, it's about listening. Listening in terms of like red flags, not putting attention to red flags or signals. In the case of the woman, she can actually have everything else, but she cannot have that person because you cannot hear her. It is true that there is a theme that is actually going through all my stories, which is kind of relationships and love. I am very interested on losers more than in heroes or in superheroes. I find that a super loser is more interesting, in my opinion, for the stories that I want to tell. There is still a little bit of a stigma of what is animation, at least on mainstream. Most important is to explore cinema rather than the technique itself of the animation. I would like that we actually break that barrier. Working in this anthology, Love, Death and Robots, I personally feel really free in terms of ideas, exploring new narratives. They were trying something very radical. You can have violence, you can have thriller, horror, nudity, anything that is adult. And that's something that I really appreciate as an artist.
Want to stay in the know about your favorite Netflix shows and films? You'll find news, videos, interviews and more on Doom, the official Netflix site to help find and fuel your fandom. Stranger Things, The Gray Man, The Umbrella Academy, and more. Make Geek Week last all year on netflix.com/Doom.
Hold on. Is this gonna be more like Futurama or Rick and Morty?
It's gonna be more like shut the fuck up. This is Farza. It was a peaceful planet before the evil aliens invaded. But Renzo protected his people from the aliens and their diabolical leader, Bazarak.
I'm stuck to the floor. Help!
Then Renzo married Queen Flammy. Totally for love, not just to gain power, even though she's a slightly older woman.
Oh, yes, come on, twerk them tits. You know what Mummy likes.
Dad, what I really want is to be a general.
Sure, I'll put a quote-unquote team together for you.
Ha you missed!
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the team. It's my destiny to rid this planet of evil. Who's the wise ass put a manual transmission in this thing? You know I can't drive stick, you fuckers! Guys say you think we're a joke.
Of course you're a goddamn joke. I bought that general outfit from Party City, you idiot.
And?
I like that nasty shit.
Hello.
You pork this dork? You better stay on your side of the vagina.
That won't be a problem. I have a shockingly slender penis. What does this watch do?
It opens up wormholes, but only to my mother's shower.
So, it's broken?
No, I am.
While I cough up this blunt, I sit back in the cut. All my niggas riding with me, more excuses to stun. And we fill up the cup, and we fill up the woods. Now I bang out the truck, and the rain's looking good. Get your girl up a hay, says she ready to play. It's all a game, and I'm doing my thing. More rage, black portion of rain. Someone stop me, bitch, get off me, man, my life ain't the same. What's up?
I'm sorry?
When I was a kid, me and my sister, we played a game where we pretended to chase monsters away. I'd say, no monster's gonna get you when I'm here. Then a real monster showed up. I have to find her.
The world's growing smaller every day. Up there on the surface, the topsiders are leaving the undercity further behind.
I believe I've discovered something incredible. A way to harness magic through science.
You don't understand what's at stake. Power doesn't come to those who are born strongest. It comes to those who will do anything to achieve it. Imagining yourself a hero. Then what are you waiting for?
More lives may be lost, The Undercity cannot be controlled.
Then we have to go in by force.
What have you done with my sister?
I'll give her your regards.
This cycle of violence will never stop. She's too far gone.
I have to try.
You've got a good heart. Don't ever lose it. Protect the family.
Are we still sisters? Nothing is ever going to change that.
Geeked ウィークをご覧の皆様、こんにちは。伊藤潤二です。私の漫画を題材にした新プロジェクト、伊藤潤二マニアックを発表させていただきます。私の作品の中で20タイトルが伊藤潤二マニアックとして初めてアニメ化されます。そして今日は特別に今回アニメ化する3タイトルを発表します。富江、宗一、そして首吊り気球です。富江、宗一シリーズはどの作品がアニメ化されるかは続報をお待ちください。このシリーズには多くの才能豊かなアニメクリエイターたちが私の作品をアニメ化するべく懸命に取り組んでおり、彼らの想像力が私のキャラクターたちをどのような不気味な世界へ導いていくのか楽しみでなりません。今回はシリーズの片鱗をご覧いただけるよういくつかのキャラクター作画をご紹介いたします。そして伊藤潤二マニアック発表記念として各キャラクターの創作秘話や裏設定などについてお話しします。さて、まずは富江。富江は私のデビュー作でですね、富江の発想の源はやはりトカゲの尻尾が切れてもまた生えてくるというような、そういったところから発想の源ですけども、それと同時にですね、なんか身近な人が急に亡くなったりするとですね、そのことが信じられなくてですね、なんか今にもまたひょっこり姿を現せるんじゃないかというような、そんなような感覚に襲われることがあるんですけども、そういったことをですね、富江が殺されたのにひょっこり姿を現すという、そういうシチュエーションでちょっと漫画化してみたいなというのが最初でした。次は宗一シリーズの宗一です。やっぱりキャラクターにとって目というのはやっぱり表情をですね、表すのに一番重要じゃないかなと思いますね。眉毛とか口とかで総合的に表情を作りますけども、目の表情というのがそのキャラクターの内面を映している、一番それが内面を表現するのに目が一番、重要なのかなと思います。最後に首吊り気球の藤野照美です。巨大なアルドバルーンに首を取られた死体がぶら下がったものがですね、空に浮かんでいるというような、そういったイメージを思いつきまして、それをなんか漫画に使えないかなと思ってですね、下の町でですね、なんか首吊り気球が現れると奇怪な事件が町で起こるというような話にしようと思ったんですけど、でいろいろ考えているうちに、その気球そのものが首を吊ろうと人々を襲う話にしようというふうに決めまして、でそれで首吊り気球の話になっていきました。伊藤潤二マニアックに登場するキャラクターの創作秘話でした。いかがでしたか？ 2023 年にネットフリックスでリリースされるので楽しみにしていてください。伊藤潤二でした。
Want to stay in the know about your favorite Netflix shows and films? You'll find news, videos, interviews, and more on Doom, the official Netflix site to help find and fuel your fandom. Stranger Things, The Gray Man, The Umbrella Academy, and more. Make Geek Week last all year on netflix.com/Doom.
There was a time when sea beasts would ravage our shores. and no ship was safe on the sea. But those days are over. Today, valiant warriors battle the beasts far beyond the horizon. You're Jacob Holland, a weapon against nature's darkest design. And I'm joining your crew.
Oh, no, you ain't.
Hey, put me down! Let me go!
We'll be off to kill a monster!
You stowed away?
Yeah.
I like this kid. We're dropping you off at the nearest port. Hunting ship ain't no place for a kid.
But you joined the ship when you were my age.
Hold on, Maisie!
And look at you now.
That's not the same thing.
Isn't it?
No, it isn't. The Drakemoor's thick with monsters. Monsters that want to eat us. We're not keeping it.
But he's so cute.
You and I have a different idea of cute. Just don't move. Let's be going. I see a fire in her. Same fire I saw in you. The monsters I can handle. We got it right where we want it.
Wait, Jacob!
That one. She'll be the death of me. I swore I would do everything in my power to keep people safe.
You can be a hero and still be wrong.
The ocean has sent us its worst, then we'll send it right back. Fire!
I've always wanted a pet.
That's not a pet.
But I already named it.
Let me guess. Blue.
Aww.
Hello everyone, I'm Miyaki Godoy and I play Luffy in One Piece.
Hi, I'm Steve Maeda. I'm the showrunner of One Piece.
And I'm Matt Owens, showrunner.
And as you can see, we're here in South Africa bringing One Piece to life.
We'd like to show you a sneak peek of some of our massive sets.
As the biggest One Piece fan, it's been really exciting seeing some of my favorite places from the manga become a reality.
Alright, enough talk. Roll the clip! Roll it!
Oda's world is so unique. Seeing all of this stuff in person, being able to reach out and touch it has just been such an experience. Our crews down here in South Africa are incredible, and it's been so rewarding to see them taking Oda's world and bringing it to life. Because of the level of detail and attention that goes into all of these sets, they take a good amount of time. I mean, right now we're building Arlong's map room, and it's already been a couple of weeks, but it's a big build because it's a really important location. A lot of drama goes down in there. A lot of action goes down in there. So we have to get it just right.
I love all the ships, but Baratier is massive. It is iconic. It is surrounded by floating docks, along with a bar inside the fish mouth, which is going to be Zoro's favorite spot in those episodes.
You've broken everything. Your suffering is almost at an end.
Dear Billy, I don't know if you can even hear this. Ever since you left, everything's been a total disaster. For a while, we tried to be happy. Normal. I know that's impossible.
located you guys far from Hawkins because I thought you'd be safe. A war is coming. I'm afraid your friends at Hawkins are very much in the eye of the storm.
I don't have my powers.
I don't know how to say this other than just to say it. Without you, we can't win this war.
See you on the other side.
On the other side.
I was convinced I was put here for some other reason. Maybe I can still help. Even if it's the last thing I do.
People say Hawkins is cursed. They're not way off.
It's time. You have lost.
Want to stay in the know about your favorite Netflix shows and films? Make Geek Week last all year on netflix.com/todoom.
Previously on Geek Week.
Here.
But not here.
We've officially wrapped season 2 of Shadow and Bone, and we cannot wait for you to see what we've been up to.
Miss me? Then I was like.
Absorb her into your bosom.
We'll be off to kill a monster!
Hello, Geeked Week.
What, Jeff?
Hey Geek Week, I'm Zack Snyder.
And I'm Sofia Boutella.
We're on the set of our big new movie, Rebel Moon.
We will face elves and dragons.
The characters, stories, and just go deep on it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The most toxic relationship that you can imagine.
Of course you're a goddamn joke. I bought that general outfit from Party City, you idiot.
Geeked Week をご覧の皆様、こんにちは。伊藤淳二です。
each week.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Felicia Day, and this is Stranger Things Unlocked, where Netflix Geeked gives you an exclusive look into the shows you love. And be warned, there will be spoilers. Today, we slash up horror movies with the Duffer Brothers.
A lot of times there are these supernatural monsters, but really a lot of the horror comes from the humans in the story.
Break down Joyce and Hopper's epic escape from Siberia.
I found my inner wolf, my inner Russian bear.
Talk with Millie Bobby Brown on set.
Her most valued thing that she has in her life is her superpowers, and taking that away, where does that leave us?
Dive deeper into Lover's Lake with swim team captain Steve Harrington.
Getting to do that sort of stuff is like true movie magic.
Talk with Sean Levy about directing that epic shootout.
We took the time and we took the passion to make it right.
We roll the dice and unpack the D&D and basketball mashup to end all mashups, which is so amazing. And go behind the scenes on Max's Kate Bush-powered Mind Layer escape. What do you say we crank things up to 11? Now to get the nitty-gritty on season 4 directly from the masterminds themselves, please welcome the Duffer Brothers, Matt and Ross. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Can you talk a little bit about the adult themes and horror that have come in as your cast have grown up? Is that a factor in kind of like graduating the horror with the children's age?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you know, obviously when we started the show, they were so little, and so one of the big changes this year, besides our characters being in different locations, is that the quote-unquote kids are now not kids anymore, and they're in high school. And so suddenly it opened up a lot of doors for us. We can't do the Goonies fun adventure anymore, but what we can do is we can go, okay, well, now they can be in a horror movie. We can put them in danger that is really scary, and we can look at, you know, some of the movies that we loved growing up, like Nightmare on Elm Street or Hellraiser, the stuff that we were getting into when we were around that age in high school. We were just trying to scare ourselves constantly.
Yeah.
And so we could infuse some of that in their storyline. And I think for the first time for them, it's like, we wanted it to be really scary. The stuff going on with Max and all of this, it's like, let's just push this and try to be as scary as possible and put them in the middle of just a true horror film.
Yeah, and I binged all of it together, and it is a beautiful progression, season to season, how it gets more uncomfortable and more uncomfortable, and finally in this one, I'm like, what?
Exactly.
Did you intend on that?
Yeah, yeah, some of it is, it's them growing older, forces the show to evolve, forces us to change the writing, and so every season is completely different. And, you know, as Ross was saying, yeah, they're going into high school, and that lends itself or reminds us of a certain type of movie. Also, middle school for us was like a fun, amazing, joyful experience. Like I have some of the best memories in my life. Most of them were in middle school, occurred in middle school. High school was horrible. Okay, so for us at least. So I have nothing but terrible memories from high school. Most stressful time in my life. For us, if you're not in this, you know, we weren't athletically gifted. Whatever, we were into movies. We grew up in a town that only cared about basketball, so it was not fun. So it was, anyway, so it just felt like, okay, this is where you can explore depression and anxiety and you know, all of that can be represented by this monster, Vecna. So it just felt, it felt right.
Christian, did you hear me?
It felt right to go it felt like right to go darker. Also, I think we had just come off writing season 3, which was our fun pop blockbuster summer season. We wanted it to feel like a big blockbuster movie. We wanted it a little bit silly. We wanted
these neon colors.
Yeah, we wanted sharp tonal clashes. We talked about Temple of Doom all the time, how, you know, it would go from, you know, you'd have gore juxtaposed with, you know, silly comedy and romance. That's what we were trying to do with season 3. And then season 4, it was, let's go Nightmare on Elm Street, let's go Hellraiser, and a lot of that started with coming up with Vecna in high school, and talking about how horrible high school was.
And you see there's a shift at the end of 3 where it does get sad and it does get darker, and so we sort of went with that and ran with it. And you've got to, and you have to. We try to season go, well, let's not ignore the events that happened previously. So
yeah, you feel that impact really, especially in Max's arc. Yeah, I mean,
Max,
really resonating.
That's what we want to do and just go. And we did try to do it season 2 as well, which is something traumatic happened to these characters. So let's go with that and let's see how they actually respond to it, and how would someone respond to something this traumatic in real life. They wouldn't be able to just shake it off and go about their normal lives.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. You could do that in this format versus like regular episodic TV.
Exactly.
Now you say you kind of dovetailed that emotional thing from 3 to 4. We're in 4 and now going to 5. And I believe that you said that you've had the complete story arc was planned out from the beginning. Is that true?
I mean, the show evolves, right? So you discover things. Like, I mean, it's not, I mean, there's a rough map, but it's just constantly changing. I mean, the perfect example of that is Steve. Steve, you know, played beautifully by Joe Keery. He wasn't supposed to be here. He shouldn't be in season 4. He shouldn't be a lead in season 4. So that he shouldn't be a good guy, right? So a lot of that you're discovering as you're going. So you're learning what works, what doesn't work. And that's what I do love about television, is that you're finding it. The cast is impacting where you're taking the narrative. The other writers who we work with are impacting it. So the other directors who are working on the show, it's this living thing. Yeah. So it's changed.
Yeah, it's beautiful. When you see Steve in season 1, you're like, that guy's gonna get killed off. And so wonderfully surprising. Oh, was the plan to kill Steve?
Well, I don't know was he supposed to die?
No.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
He was supposed to die in the finale.
I thought it was, because I thought originally it was, you know, because there's that scene where really, which is the beginning of his turn, which is when he comes back in the end, and he comes and ends up fighting the Demogorgon with Jonathan and Nancy. And originally that was going to be Jonathan's dad, Lonnie. So it just, which is, it's hard to even imagine what that would have looked like. I don't remember that Steve was going to die.
I'm pretty sure he was going to die earlier. It's been a while.
But anyway, that's what I'm saying is
it does evolve.
It evolves. So it's not like we're making it all up as we go along, but the characters and the actors and everyone who works on the show informs what we're doing.
Yeah, and so maybe did you have the Vecna Henry 1 twist in mind from the beginning? How did you set that up for so many seasons, and yet we didn't catch on, because it was really a surprise.
Oh, that's great. When we originally pitched the show to Netflix, we really just had that first season planned out. But I remember part the way through writing season 1, Netflix said, "Hey, can you guys just walk us through the mythology of the show?" And so we sat down with our writers and we spent a couple weeks just going, okay, what is the Upside Down, and how did it come to be, and what monsters are in there, and all of this. And that document, it's about a 20-page document, and that really has most of what we're talking about now. It doesn't have, of course, it wasn't like there's going to be a twist in season 4. It wasn't that detailed, but the big beats there, and there's still stuff. And we hint about it in this season. We start getting into a little bit about the Upside Down, but we don't answer it yet. So, but we have those answers. So the last sort of remaining questions that are answered in that document, we've punted a couple of those to have some big reveals in season 5. And that's really going to affect what season 5 is about.
Stranger Things has a lot of pretty scary monsters, but we all know that the worst monsters, for me, especially when I'm watching it, the worst monsters are the bullies and the jocks. Did you intend on that?
Well, I think, you know, when we developed this show and came up with it, we were really inspired by Stephen King and his work, which is something we haven't been shy about. And I think, you know, what's really something that really is important to his work is that, yes, a lot of times there are these supernatural monsters, but really a lot of the horror comes from the humans in the story and the darkness within all of us. And so every season we really do want to have that to play a major role, and this season really is no different.
And like specifically like the jocks, I think we were interested in, you know, we've had some bad boy characters. We had Billy, you know, obviously in season 2 and 3, and then season 1 we kind of had these straight, you know, typical middle school bullies, but we wanted to explore someone who, had this never occurred, would have probably led a really good life, like someone who was very popular, who had a sort of self-righteous streak in him, who was viewed by the community as completely virtuous, and then this thing happens, which is, you know, the death of his girlfriend. and it spins him. And all of this stuff that is inside of him that probably would have never been unlocked had that not occurred, comes spilling out. So that was for us an interesting character to explore.
And also the idea of a lot of times we introduce a new character to this world and they see these extraordinary supernatural things and they react to it. I mean, sometimes in fear and wonder, but they're able mostly to sort of overcome that. And what we wanted to explore also was, well, what if a character sees this and he cracks a little bit?
Yeah.
Because it's hard. How would one react to seeing something so outside of what we think reality is? And
Yeah,
so we wanted to explore that a little bit.
That's really interesting because you don't normally see that. You always see these teenagers who are like, yeah, I'm okay. Let's save the world.
Yes,
And like a lot of the characters do step up in nuanced ways. But
Yes.
yeah, it's really interesting to explore that. We have a
So-
lot to look forward to, but thank you for gifting us Volume 1 because it is truly fantastic.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Of course. Thank
This
you
is
so
fun.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Next, I sit down with Winona Ryder and David Harbour. Let's get back in the USSR, yeah. Adulting is hard, especially in Hawkins. To tell us more about that, please welcome David Harbour, who plays Hopper, Hawkins' police chief back from the dead, and Winona Ryder, who plays everyone's favorite Hawkins mom, Joyce Byers. David, you filmed some scenes in the USSR, definitely without love. There were a lot of brutal scenes in this season. How were those to film?
I mean, some of them were very pleasant on a soundstage in Atlanta, and some of them were in the snows of Lithuania. We shot in a real prison outside of, right in Vilnius, Lithuania, so the snow and the craziness. I mean, I guess the toughest stuff was, at one point, Hopper abandons his shoes as he escapes, and so for a lot of it, I'm running shoeless through the snows of Lithuania, and there were a lot of takes where you could see my feet, so we had to do that, and it's really not pleasant for your bare feet to be on snow for a long period of time. So I found my inner wolf, my inner Russian bear.
Okay, I'm gonna rewatch the episodes with that in mind. You're channeling that.
It's kind of a brutal season. I mean, it was brutal like physically in that way, and it was also kind of brutal emotionally. Like Hopper goes to a darker place, I think, than we've ever seen him. Certainly in the prison when we figure out exactly what happened to Sarah and to, you know, in his life before, that it was this kind of very dark, still moment of hopelessness for him. But then he is reinvigorated when, you know, two of his friends come to Russia to help him out.
Which is an epic journey. I don't know, do you know what could motivate Joyce to do something that impetuous? Just, oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's Hopper. And when, like, you know, when I say he is like family, it like literally, they are like family. And there's no way she couldn't have gone.
Joyce, where are you going?
The bank. I'm gonna get Enzo his damn money, and we are getting Hopper back.
Okay.
So to me, it was just like, it made absolute sense.
Yeah. And for Hopper, I mean, you survived torture, you survived broken bones, the Soviet prison camp. Like, is the same thing keeping you going with Joyce?
I think that, you know, I mean, one of the great things about this relationship, one of the things I find very gratified and I think is really cool is that it's so understated in the first season. I mean, I think that they talk briefly about knowing each other in high school. He's actually kind of like not the best to her in the beginning of the first season, kind of grows to be on her side, but clearly you can feel, and I think part of it was just, you know, Winona and what we chose to highlight in their relationship, but certainly like there was a beautiful scene that I remember in season 2 when they're talking about just like things getting easier and like smoking a cigarette at this kitchen table, that there's just so much depth to the relationship.
A lot of history in that scene.
And I think one of the beautiful things is that they've known each other when they were kids. Like, it's fun that the show's about kids, but you have these characters that knew each other when they were
that age,
13, 14, And then they split off, and he went and had an entire other life. And
then you have actors who were the kids during the time it's set in.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
No,
like-
well, yeah.
Do you have a sense of nostalgia when you're in the makeup, the hair, because you know
Well,
I'm a kid of the '80s too. Like I
yeah.
remember that as a tiny kid.
I mean, I have a natural sort of nostalgia because I mean, what years Beetlejuice come out? 87?
87, I think.
Yeah. So I'm like literally, I probably would have gone to the movie theater. I wouldn't have gone. Hopper wouldn't have gone.
Well,
But maybe
no.
11 would have like begged him to take her to the theater because
Yep.
she wanted to see the new Tim Burton movie.
No,
And,
I had a big obsession with Beetlejuice for sure when I was a kid. I definitely.
I think maybe 11 will watch like Pee-wee's Playhouse in next season, right?
That would be
Because that
great.
was Tim's first movie.
Was it
I
Pee-wee's
like you,
Playhouse?
Dottie.
Really?
Like.
Oh my God.
You gotta pitch it.
Are the
to
Duffers
Duffers.
around? Because I
They
want
were-
that impression in season 5.
I do want to talk a little bit about the Satanic Panic. Now we're talking about like flashbacks. Do you remember the Satanic Panic of the 80s?
I do.
Okay, tell me about that.
It was crazy. I mean, I really do remember this. I remember the censorship, the Tipper Gore.
Yeah, Tipper
Tipper
Gore.
Gore.
Do you remember Tom Hanks' first movie?
I mean, I remember being in love with Tom Hanks, the man with one red shoe. I remember
No,
that.
this is before this. I think it's an after-school special about Dungeons and Dragons.
What?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, wait a
D&D.
minute. It's the best. It's the best. It's like a TV movie. Tom Hanks is like on a D&D. He's like a Dungeons and Dragons dungeon master with his friends. It was about how if you played D&D, it was clearly a very Christian like organization. It was
like
saying D&D's the
the guy
devil
from
and it's
Little
going to
House
possess you and make
probably
you
made it.
insane. And Tom Hanks is wonderful in it.
Of course.
Michael Landon probably produced it.
Oh, Touched by an Angel. I remember that.
Like-
Yeah, it's
Big
good
hair,
stuff.
big heart. I'm not going to let us go because, David, I need to know, both of you, what are you particularly geeking out over? What are you particularly excited about? I'm talking to you because we just talked about World of Warcraft. So I just need to get that a little bit on tape about
Oh
World of
my
Warcraft.
God, the most embarrassing thing
What is
in my
World
existence.
of Warcraft?
Right.
Okay.
So
He
in
played.
2005, yeah, I played the shit out of this game. It ruined my life for like a year. I mean, I was
Were you
like out of
addicted?
my mind. Yeah, I was wildly addicted to this video game.
What
To the
what
point
character
where
did you
I
play?
remember what?
What character you play?
What was it? I was a night elf warrior
Okay.
called NORAD, and he was like, you know, second tank of my whole guild and
Oh, so you were a raider.
Oh yeah. I was like full on, and it's so funny because I also played The Sims. You ever play The Sims?
Oh, yeah.
So The Sims,
I
like, you
cheated
could-
all the time.
you could be an actor on The Sims. You can progress in your career, but what you have to do is you have to like work on things. You have to work on your speech and on your body, right?
Oh my
And I remember my avatar
That
got
is
to a
like
certain level in his
acting.
career, and I kept trying to get
He
him to
was,
work
like,
on his
had to wait
speech and
wait
his
tables.
well, no,
Because-
he was like a supporting player, but I wanted him to work on his speech and his body, and all he wanted to do was sit around and play video games. And
Oh,
I kept
you're-
being like, you know, and then I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, I had this vortex moment where I saw my life, you know, before my.
An actor playing that game could really mess with your head.
That's what it did,
Oh my God.
and that's why my life was ruined.
Well, you're doing pretty well for yourself
I came
now.
back.
Yeah, you came
I'm
back.
the comeback
You-
kid.
You're
I'm
pretty
the
good.
Tyson Fury of acting.
And your avatar's always waiting for you if you want to re-up.
Oh my God.
Well, no, is there anything particularly that you're into? It doesn't need to be video games, cooking, like your pets. Like, is there anything you're pretty excited about?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a huge movie fan of, like, my dream when I was a kid was there was this theater in my town that was an old theater, and I wanted to, like, my fantasy was, like, when I grew up, to, like, rip out all the seats, put, like, a bed, like a tub, like a bike to
gonna
exercise
live?
and just 24/7 watch movies and never leave.
Yo, Netflix.
Yeah,
you need
make
your
this
next
happen.
reality show. All you need to do is buy a theater and a bathtub and a bed and have
and a bike.
Winona Ryder watch movies
24/7.
for her whole life, and I will watch that show. I will watch
That was my fantasy.
the shit out of that show.
All right, you heard it here. Winona's Movie Theater picked up on Netflix next season. Anyway, well, thank you so much for being here. It's been such a pleasure getting to know you. I admire your work so much. Both of you bring such gravity and humor and heart to the screen, and I cannot wait to see where your characters go from here. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you guess who's next by reading my mind? I bet she could. That's right, we've got the lovely Millie Bobby Brown.
Eleven starts off in Lenora, California. She starts off in school. She is very much dealing with the loss of Hopper, or as she thinks. And she's also dealing with the regular life of being at school, which is, she's bullied. And she's just trying to understand how to be a normal person, She grew up in a laboratory and she grew up very sheltered and told what to do.
Holy shit! What the hell was that?
I'm definitely really excited about the fans seeing 11 without powers and her struggle and the frustration of wanting to, use them, because she's so used to using them.
They're nobodies. And you're a superhero.
Not anymore. The fourth season, I really appreciate the Duffers taking away her main ability, her most favorite thing of all, her most valued and dependent thing that she has in her life is her superpowers, and taking that away, where does that leave us? And who am I, really? So it was really great having the first 6 episodes to really be able to deep dive into her emotional well-being instead of just her extraterrestrial kind of being, and seeing the real relationship struggles of Mike and 11 and putting some strain and some tension on that, instead of it always being like happy daisies,
Are your friends gonna meet us there?
Friends? What friends?
Stacy and Angela.
Angela?
You'll meet them, I promise, just not today. I want today to be about me and you. I think there's a sense of embarrassment, and humility. She wants to tell him everything's fine, and I think there's a sense of FOMO, She wants to be in Hawkins. She wants to be with her friends, and I feel like she's just trying to let Mike know everything's fine, I'm fine here. I'm actually having way more fun than you are. And really, the bottom line is she's not. She's struggling, and she's hiding that from him. She knows that she has to deal with those bullies and that alone, because no one will truly understand what it's like to be that different. She's not just like a nerd. She's one in a million, She's not really no one like her. And I think that the Duffers made a great decision in splitting us apart. I think showing a different 1980s location, such as California, it's such a different vibe than Indiana in the 80s. Knowing and seeing it on set, it's such a different vibe. It honestly, Finn said it the other day, it does feel like we're filming a completely different show. I think the distance actually creates some development and growth between everyone. But in true Stranger Things style, we always come back together, and it always ends up in the upside down.
H. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. That worked. Hi.
It's the older teens of Stranger Things who really get the show rolling because they are the ones with the driver's licenses. With me now are Joe Quinn, joining the cast this year as Eddie Munson, president of Hellfire and Perpetual Hawkins Sr. Maya Hogg, who's left her scooper behind to rewind at the video store as Robin Buckley. And Joe Keery, who plays the lovable slacker / everyone's favorite babysitter, Steve Harrington. Hi, y'all.
Hey there.
Always the babysitter. Always the goddamn babysitter.
It is time to talk about friendship in the time of Vecna. Joe and Maya, your characters are both looking for love this season. It's kind of cute but sad. Can you talk a little bit about your fun dynamic as you support each other through this quest?
Oh, that was so fun. I don't know. It was just like...
It's like my favorite part of the season.
It's great. It's just a really fun storyline to have kind of always happening underneath all this crazy supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
Feels like it really is like it roots our storyline in a really nice way.
I think my favorite scene to shoot the whole series was that kind of almost oneer we did in the video store.
Totally, yeah.
Where we're like talking and videos are falling down and like and reorganizing things, and like that was I love that stuff, and getting to do that in the beginning before we go on to film the rest of the season. Exactly what you were saying. Sort of set in like a, I don't know, like what the feeling was on the inside.
And the tone for shooting too.
Yeah.
You know, like the vibe on set was very, very positive and reassuring and easy, and it was like a place to try different things. And yeah, those scenes in a lot of ways, it's like with this show, there's so much supernatural stuff going on. You generally, you know, the setup of the show is where you kind of have more these kind of dialogue-driven scenes, and those are generally the ones that are I find the most fun to work on.
The rapport that you guys have is really genuine, and you just kind of want to see you guys riff on something like forever.
I know. I remember us joking about when this season started that we were like, can we just have one season where nothing happens?
Yeah, it's just
like,
totally
can we just
normal,
do high school video store, normal, like we
yeah.
get the girls, like let's just, and then next season, like everything can happen, but like let's just live in,
just
let's
one
live life
normal
for
year.
one season,
Yeah.
one normal year.
Joe, your character Eddie was an immediate fan favorite. These are not interests that necessarily intersect you personally. You're not a metalhead, you're not a D&D nerd.
Not currently, no.
Not currently?
Not yet.
Is there a possibility that you could be converted to the nerd side?
I'm open to anything.
Wow, okay, you heard it here on Geek. Do you have any 80s tropes that you drew from?
I guess, well, it's kind of obvious, but Spinal Tap, really. I think kind of just in terms of like how being a metalhead isn't a part-time gig. You've got to take it pretty seriously.
Totally.
And I guess kind of like thematically, like in the show, I think there's a lot of John Carpenter stuff in there. I think and Scooby-Doo as well in our Scooby-Doo. I think if Spielberg and John Carpenter directed a Scooby-Doo film, it would
that would be amazing.
Yeah. Well, we're in it.
You're totally right. It's like
I think
that's
what it is.
The strong and different characterizations of each character is very Scooby-Doo and very D&D.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has their sort of specialty and skill and mindset, and they do a good job of making, setting that up.
Definitely.
Fred from Scooby-Doo.
Who's the blonde one?
Fred.
I've definitely got a little bit of the.
He's Fred.
You're Fred.
Fred.
You're Fred.
Yeah. Sure.
You're Shaggy.
Maya, what do you think? You're
Velma for sure.
In episode 6, our teens head out on Lover's Lake, where Jock Patrick has just been taken by Vecna. Steve, as former swimming captain, volunteers to head underwater to see if a rift has opened at the bottom of the lake.
There he goes.
Wow. Oh, I forgot how amazing this is, man.
This has my favorite moment of yours in it, I think.
Just remember you doing all the breath work.
Of course, yeah.
Remember people calling you a rock star?
Yes.
I remember Nimrod saying, "Yeah!" That's not looking good.
Incredible flashlight.
Thank you. My underwater flashlight.
So, Joe, can you talk to us a little bit about filming that scene? Was it in a tank? Like, it looked.
Yeah.
It seems like you were underwater a long time.
Yeah, it was like a studio, like probably the size of. It was in a big convention center in Atlanta by the airport, and they built a tank that was probably. How big do you think it was, guys? Like 40 feet It was a big
Couple
circle, 40
gallons.
by, it's probably a few gallons, I think. Yeah, a few gallons. 16 feet down or something. But so they had this scaffolding rig, and then obviously a set at the bottom, and I mean it was incredible. Yeah, shooting. We all shot on the stage, and it was just getting to do that sort of stuff is like true movie magic sort of stuff. So.
Did you know that you were going to be a swimmer? Because it would be awkward if you didn't know how to swim.
Before the first season, they had told me I was going to be a swimmer, and in the script they're like, yeah, you're going to be a swimmer. There's going to be like some swim meet. You're going to be like in a Speedo. You know, it's the 80s. It's like, oh my God, I have to like get in shape, and did all these swimming lessons, and you know, like I was paying for all this stuff, and then I showed up, and they're like, oh no, yeah, we cut that. We couldn't get the gym, we couldn't get the pool, couldn't get a pool. So that was all cut, and then, but they wrote this back in, you know, later, so it all kind of worked. I could swim beforehand though.
Okay.
I can't swim.
For the record.
Which is good.
Of course, there's more Stranger Things right around the corner when Volume 2 drops on July 1st. Thank you for coming right side up to join me here. I really appreciate this conversation.
Of course. Thank you.
Sadly, the Starcourt Mall was burnt to a crisp in Season 3. The upside of no longer having a food court where you can get terrible pretzels? The Hawkins teens are forced to hang out in our studio. Please welcome some familiar faces from our Hawkins crew. Finn Wolfhard, who plays Mike Wheeler, who's about to get his spring break ruined. Gaten Matarazzo playing everyone's favorite goofy nerd, Duncan Henderson. Priya Ferguson, who plays the ever-resourceful Erica Sinclair. Sadie Sink, who plays a grieving, emotionally closed-off Max Mayfield. And Caleb McLaughlin playing a too cool for his normal crew, Lucas Sinclair. So last season ended on a cliffhanger, and Season 4 started in chaos right at the bottom. Finn, what was it like to be split up from your crew, your best friend, your girlfriend, Elle? I mean, Mike was separated from Elle before, but it was a little bit different. How was your journey this season?
Yeah, it starts out and Mike's kind of like, I think pretty excited to go and visit his girlfriend and his best friend. He's kind of a little more disconnected from Will and kind of starting to find his own way as well at high school. He doesn't really feel doesn't feel as like separated from people. So he's finally finding his kind of friend group. It's a pretty chaotic season, I would say. It was like so fun and like different. And also pretty amazing too to like start the season off with like Caleb and Sadie and Gaten, because we rarely get to be in scenes together nowadays because there's so many storylines happening, and whenever we get to like go back to the kind of the basics and be able to like have like scenes all together that aren't so crazy, and I don't know, it's really, really fun.
Yeah, it was a really fun time jump between seasons, and Max is in a much different place this season, Sadie. Can you talk about why?
Yeah, I mean, she's obviously dealing with the grief and guilt surrounding Billy's death. Her living situation has changed, so things have just kind of gone downhill. Yeah. And that's kind of where we start out with her, and then obviously things get much, much worse.
Yes, we're gonna have to get into that, because it's a whole deal. Gaten, Dustin seems to really step up to be more of a leader character this season. How did that feel? Did it feel good?
I think it's cool. I think it's definitely a goal of his to try and feel a little bit more confident going into high school. I think he's kind of put a little bit more emphasis on his look and the group. He sees that Lucas is becoming more confident and doing some great stuff and finding himself, and I think in a way that hurts him and motivates him. But yeah, I think it's just a general confident search, maybe motivated by his friendship with Steve. But yeah, it's fun to play. It really is cool to start out that way.
The D&D basketball montage was so epic. I can't believe it, and I would love to show you a clip. Let's take a look.
Let's do it.
Yes.
That was awesome.
That's so cool. That's the first time I've seen it.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen it.
Are you kidding?
No, yeah, first time.
Is it as epic as you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, it was
more so.
Sick. Yeah,
Go music
choice.
choice.
Awesome. Yeah.
Caleb, How do you relate to Lucas's journey, trying to figure out who he is and where he belongs? You are really torn in two different directions this season, right?
Yeah, I understand where Lucas is in his life at the time because he's young, he's a teenager, and kind of go through this like time where you're like, okay, who am I? What do I like? Where do I really fit in? You know, the spirit of the world speaks to you. And, you know, I mean, of course, we're probably not gonna, Lucas is not saying that, but I feel like he probably had a moment where it was just like, who am I? Like, let me go figure it out. And, you know, he has his friends there, but he needed to, you know, adventure out to figure out who he was first before he can, like, appreciate his love that he had for his friends and the nerd that he is.
Yeah.
So,
well,
yeah.
it's not unfounded. I mean,
No.
you are being torn into, and they don't show up for you, so it's a little
Yeah.
bit frustrating, right?
I understand why they're upset because they're like, no, this is how you always been. This is who you are. Like, what are you doing? But, you know, you never realize or you never appreciate things unless you don't have it anymore, you know, until you don't have it anymore. So I felt when Lucas didn't have that friendship or like the realness of being with his friends from, you know, the beginning, he was like, okay, I know who I am. He just needed to step out of the box real quick before he realized.
While Lucas is chasing his hoop dreams, Erica takes her seat at the table and joins the D&D campaign. Priya, can you talk about how it felt for Erica to sort of replace her brother this season in the crew?
I definitely feel like it was a leadership moment for Erica. It was her proving to the Hellfire Club that she is a leader and she's a problem solver. And I feel like Erica has always been a leader in the past seasons. Even with the cape, how she came in with the cape, that was a it was her being a leader and stepping in for her brother to help out the Hellfire Club and her friends. So that's how I feel.
Things could not be stranger for Max this season. It is a lot. Sadie, your character has been tormented in the present by the past. We talked a little bit about Max's rough start this season. Why do you think Vecna targeted her of everybody?
Well, I mean, you kind of learn in the season that he targets people that are in a real place. And Max is obviously one of those people. Just with everything with Billy. So yeah, she was kind of like the perfect target, but I think she was a little bit, I guess, stronger than the others through the help of her friends and everything.
Absolutely.
So she had an advantage.
Well, Max trapped in the mine layer is the first glimpse that we get into Vecna's ultimate plan. We have a clip, so let's take a look.
More clips.
Sadie, wow, that was a lot. Can you talk about filming that escape scene? It was so intense.
Yeah, that was shot over, I don't know how many, I think it might have been a week that we spent on that, or like 4 days, I guess. Lot of time spent in the harness, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty intense, and like all the like vines and stuff, like like none of that's there. We did get really lucky this year because Vecna was pretty much fully practical effects.
Oh wow.
Which kind of, you know, made it easier for me so I'm not like staring at a man in a green suit. But yeah, it was pretty intense. Definitely had got a little scraped up, but it was really, really fun.
Can we touch upon the reveal of Vecna 1 Henry? Did that blow your minds like it did the audience?
Yeah, that's like an amazing twist. Jamie's like unbelievable.
Jamie's incredible.
And he had to be, I mean, I only met him a few times, but from what I could hear, I mean, how long was he had to probably, if it was like a 7 a.m. crew call, he would have to come in at 1 a.m.
What?
The morning before, while they put the makeup on him as Vecna, and he like never complained. He never like.
He's so patient.
I ran into him once throughout the entirety of filming, and it was when we were doing 3D scans.
To touch on Vecna, I thought it was really cool to see the evil of Hawkins kind of reveal itself. I thought that was really cool, you know.
Finn, Mike doesn't quite get the spring break he hoped for when he imagined in California. How fun was it to film all of the action stuff that you got to do this season?
Really fun and also like incredibly difficult. And we basically filmed a movie within a movie. Like we filmed a different movie kind of, and we shot like a stoner thriller comedy kind of, while they shot like a drama-filled sci-fi
Like Harold and Kumar on steroids.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was like a really different vibe, and I think like the Duffer Brothers were very excited kind of to have like a different, I don't know, a different change of pace. I think they had also like a new crew and stuff, and so it was insanely fun. I mean, we did this one take action scene. It's like the shootout.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
amazing. And
so
that was like a day of rehearsal, and then yeah, it was crazy.
Stay here!
We did it. I mean, we were all like, by the end of it, we were all bruised and like, did you get it? Like all on the ground, like, you know. So it was really fun, but yeah, also, yeah, just like tiring as well.
Well, we actually sat down with director Sean Levy to talk about shooting that scene. Let's take a look.
Hey there, Felicia. Sean Levy here. I am super bummed that I can't be with you doing Geeked Week all together, but very much there in spirit. I'm here in Budapest shooting my next project, but completely excited to nerd out alongside Finn and all the rest of the gang who are a part of this epic shootout oneer, which was both the most challenging piece of directing and ultimately one of the most gratifying pieces of directing I've ever done. The writing that Matt and Ross do, it tells me what they want on screen. And so I'm reading episode 4, I come to this shootout sequence, and it just felt like, oh, this should feel kinetic and this should feel real time and viscerally connected to the characters who are suddenly caught in the middle of this bedlam.
That was fast.
And I read the scene a few times, I called Matt and Ross, and I was like, guys, I'm feeling oneer. Am I crazy or am I feeling oneer? They're like, hell yes. We've never done kind of an action oneer with gunplay. And so it was gonna be hard. It was gonna be near impossible, but I was so inspired by this feeling that I had to try. On a movie, you take months. You literally take months of computer pre-visualizations and storyboarding and rehearsals and re-choreography. It's Stranger Things. We are, at the end of the day, we're a huge TV show, but we're a TV series. So there was no time for previs, no time for storyboards, and we had to essentially choreograph and prep that shootout while we were shooting other scenes every day. So it involved one choreography session where it was myself and my cinematographer and my AD and the stunt coordinator, and we just kind of read the scene in the house. And it was a lot of like, well, what if they come through this window? Well, what if as we're running this way, there's another gunman over here? And it was a lot of what if. And we started acting out the what if.
And then the camera sees you. You want to look back there? We gotta go! And Joseph.
Crash! Go, go. The only way I know how to direct is to kind of viscerally give the actors a sense of the scene. And so for this, I was literally acting out every role of me playing Will Byers and Jonathan and Mike. I do believe that the best way to feed my actors energy is by giving them energy.
What's going on? Come back, shit! We gotta go! We gotta go right now!
The whole challenge with a oneer is it requires perfect synchronicity between actor action, stunt action, and camera action. So every pan, every tilt, every move of the actor, it needs to be in unison so that you're seeing the event you want at the exact moment that you want it. So if one of those three things is a little early or a little late, cut, go again, cut, go again. So it just takes one mistake to make the oneer unusable.
Stay there!
Everybody needed to do their jobs at a high level of near perfection, and ultimately that's a daunting challenge, but an incredibly satisfying piece of filmmaking as a result. This has been a lot of fun breaking down the episode 4 shootout oneer with all of you. Cannot wait for you to see what else we have in store for you in Stranger Things 4. It's a doozy.
And that's our show. I am tempted to end this episode of Unlocked with a crazy twist that would make the Duffer Brothers proud, or, you know, like a horrible pun, but I'm gonna settle for this. Unlocked will be back after the second and final volume of Season 4 drops on July 1st. Oh, and don't go away. We're about to see the Hellfire Club engage in an epic D&D battle right here on Geeked Week. See you then.
It is over, 11. You have freed me. You can't stop this now.
My name is Chogren Munoz. I'm an illustrator and storyteller from Guayaquil, Ecuador, and I get to draw for a living. You know, everybody gets their influences as they grow up. For me, when I went to school, I really latched on to people like Ub Iwerks and Osamu Tezuka. So my two biggest influences is a combination of Japanese pop culture and classic American rubber hose cartoons. For the Stranger Things piece specifically, I originally titled the piece I Am the Monster. I essentially fused the character of Eleven and the Demogorgon together. Being an artist sometimes, especially like working in different industries, it can sometimes feel like a rat race. The reminder I always tell myself is just focus on my voice, what I would like to see and put out there in the world.
3, 2, 1, Millie. What?
You!
Me?
Yes!
I'm just kidding.
Are you ready?
I am.
I'm so excited.
Hey, good morning.
All right, let's talk.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Will is kind of a third wheel this season between Mike and Elle, especially when Mike comes to visit Elle.
Elle this season had a pretty big character arc. She's been through a lot. You know, she is pretty severely bullied when we find her.
Which was really sad.
We just find Elle and Will, they're living together in California, and they look out for each other.
Yeah. And me and Millie kind of had a week where it was just us filming in the school, and it was definitely one of my favorite weeks.
Yeah,
it was just
same. It was so fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun. How long does it take to get ready?
It takes to get, I think it takes about, I'd say an hour.
Yeah, I think Millie is one of the longest getting ready just because of her wigs.
It takes about an hour to do my bald wig. My makeup isn't that crazy at all. The most I have is a bit of mascara and some blush. What was your favorite moment this season?
I think this season was very split up by like the locations we filmed in, and I think my favorite locations were at either the school or honestly this week at the roller rink has been a blast. Every day at lunch, Millie connects her phone and we just skate around. You just skate around the ring, and it's a lot of fun. Right?
Yeah, I think personally my favorite moment on set is anything in New Mexico. Like I really enjoyed.
New Mexico has been a blast.
I really enjoyed Atlanta, and I actually loved working with Matthew Modine. Should we recreate the scene where you picked me up? Although I have gotten a bit bigger now.
You are a bit bigger.
Also being in New Mexico has been so fun for me.
Yeah.
Just a change of scenery.
I didn't know what to expect. I was like, we're going kind of in the middle of nowhere. Like this is a new group, new crew. And now looking back, it's like one of my favorite things I've ever done. And we've had a blast, and it's been the best group.
I would describe her look, well, I mean, when we find her, she is in a flannel. She's probably borrowing Will's clothes. It is very sad, and it's meant to be sad, you know?
Yeah.
And she's in her, beautiful pink little...
Floral.
Floral with those white jeans, which feels very, feels very feminine and kind of heroic. It's a very heroic look. I like that. All right, 3, 2, 1. Ready?
Oh, we're just saying the verse?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Eduardo.
Oh, really?
What?
Eduardo? That was one day.
No, he does laugh a lot.
Hold on to your butts, bro chachos.
Eduardo was one day where we couldn't stop laughing. But usually, I feel like it's
I
us.
feel like it is us, and it also can be Charlie on like some days. Like he just won't stop laughing.
I think Eduardo's just a big laugher.
Most likely to go on Love Island. 3, 2, 1, you.
Love Island is like our favorite show.
It is our favorite show. It kind of got us through season 2.
Yeah,
I
honestly.
feel like.
Who is most likely?
Come here.
Who is most likely?
Okay. Who's most likely? Who's most likely to?
Who is
always-
most?
Shut up. Who is most likely?
Oh, who is most likely to? Who is most likely?
Okay. Who is most likely?
Who's most likely to go off script?
3, 2, 1. Finn. Right?
No, not his funeral. Screw his funeral. If anyone asks where I am, I've left the country.
Oh, I know this one. You have to know this one. 3, 2, 1. Charlie.
God, shut up.
Oh.
3, 2.
3, 2, 1.
Matthew
get in.
Modine.
Oh, that's true.
That's true?
Vote for Matthew Modine.
Vote for Matthew.
3, 2, 1. Me.
Us. What? You're not including me in that? Are you actually kidding? Fine, just me. What do you? We're both good at that.
I feel like we're both very close to the crew.
Yeah, both of us.
Yeah.
Not just you.
Like we are like no. You said who's the favorite, and I know that I'm the crew's favorite.
Amy, who's your favorite out of me and Millie?
Can I answer that at rap?
No, you can answer that now.
Can I answer that at rap?
Who do you think is
I
the
have-
crew's favorite?
Cast member?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
They do say it all the time.
Am I not your favorite out of the cast?
You're my favorite.
Okay.
So
Don't
career?
cut that out. I need that for Millie.
They say it all the time.
She gave us all sunglasses yesterday.
I did.
Okay, well, I have gifts for you today. Then maybe I won't be giving you anymore. I'll keep it for myself.
Oh my god, he's so
I'm done with this interview.
ridiculous. Okay, well, who's most likely to get mad because they're not the favorite? 3, 2, 1. Snipper snap.
Who is the best? Me.
Who's best? Me or
No,
you?
no. Me and Millie are.
We are
generally-
united.
Yeah.
We are united. We're best friends.
Yeah.
I think
And-
it's like the best when you get to work with your best friend.
Yeah, it's awesome, and I
Yeah.
always love working with Millie. And this season, I've gone to work with her probably the
So
most
much.
out of any other
we
season.
got our first discussion.
Yeah, and we've had discussions together
Yeah.
this season, and it was just such a blast. Like
Yeah.
actually getting to act off of her, and she is incredible, and I had the best time with her.
Oh, I love
And
you.
I'm so lucky to get to work with her.
I'm so lucky.
Do you hear that? Something is coming. Something hungry for blood. The Demogorgon! Fireball him! Fireball! Will, are you here?
ready for it.
Yes, the magic signal.
Hey, guys.
Will! Are you okay?
Henderson. Henderson! He's back! He's back! I'm back! You got the job! I got the job! Yay! Oh!
How many children are you friends with?
Something I've been wanting to talk to you both about. I know this is a difficult conversation, but I care about you both very much. And I know that you care about each other very much, and that's why it's important that we set these boundaries moving forward so we can build an environment where we all feel comfortable, trusted, and open to sharing our feelings. Feelings. Jesus. The truth is, for so long, I'd forgotten what those even were. I've been stuck in one place. And then I left some egos out in the woods, and you came into my life, and for the first time in a long time, I started to feel things again. I started to feel happy. But lately, I guess I've been feeling distant from you. Like you're pulling away from me or something. But I know you're getting older, growing, changing. And I guess, if I'm being really honest, that's what scares me. I don't want things to change. But I know that's naive. It's just not how life works. It's moving. Always moving, whether you like it or not. So you know what? Keep on growing up, kid. Don't let me stop you. Make mistakes, learn from them. And when life hurts you, because it will, remember the hurt. But please, if you don't mind, for the sake of your poor old dad, keep the door open 3 inches.
Want even more Stranger Things? You'll find news, videos, interviews and more on Doom, the official Netflix site to help find and fuel your fandom. From behind-the-scenes photos to red carpet coverage to 80s hairstyle secrets from set. Dive deeper into the Upside Down on netflix.com/Doom.
On behalf of Netflix Geek, welcome all humans, dwarves, and halflings, especially you creatures at home who are Stranger Things super fans like me. You're in for a special Geek Week treat. Today, I'm sitting down with the Hellfire Club themselves for a one-of-a-kind Dungeons & Dragons adventure. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, B-Dave Walters, and the adventurers joining me on today's quest, none other than Finn Wolfhard, Priya Ferguson, Gaten Matarazzo, and Joe Quinn.
The hooded cultists chant, "Hail, Lord Vecna."
Vecna's dead!
He's killed my cat!
So it was thought, my friends, so it was thought. But Vecna lives!
Today was supposed to be a good day. After years of grand adventuring, you're returning home to Hawk's End. Each of you has made your way through the world, carving your legend into history. Goblins, giants, ogres, trolls, dragons, all manner of monsters have fallen before you. Again and again you've won, cheating death itself. And today, death has come to collect.
Okay.
Our heroes, pardon me belching, Joe Keery, Chad Handstand, and Lady Applejack. You see home in the distance. Hawk's End is a small, beautiful town. It sits on a little island in the middle of the river as the water flows around it on all sides, creating kind of a natural boundary. There's only two ways in, a bridge to the north and a bridge to the south, surrounded on all sides by luscious forest. As you see home in the distance, you can already catch the smell of baking bread wafting on the wind. You hear children laughing off in the distance and can see the smokestacks rising out of familiar sights of home. Just north of Hawk's End, there's a ranger station, a guard post that you have to check in as you four heroes come walking up. What would you like to do?
Ooh, fun.
Who does it start with?
Whoever would like to, the four of you are walking down the road.
I'm assuming we have like passports and stuff, and documentation to get on through. So I guess we're gonna go up to the ranger station, and I don't really seem to have a lot of charisma here, but I'm gonna be like, can I get through?
You know, important question here. What does Pardon Me Belchin look like? Who is he?
Pardon me, Belchin. He's a smelly dude. I mean, he has to kind of like, it wasn't his given name, but like he came up with it later in life and thought that it would be a good thing to like, just set the boundaries of what interacting with him might be like. So smelly dude, he's not the brightest. At least people around him don't think he is. And he's kind of accepted that throughout most of his days. But he enjoys an adventure. He enjoys a good bar fight, I'd say. And he, above all else, enjoys family.
And you're a dwarven grave cleric.
Yeah, so he's a morbid one. Some would say it's a sense of humor. Some would say it's just weird.
As you call out down the road, from inside the booth, all of you hear, you four back again, huh? And a head leans out, a familiar head that you've all seen, of an unpleasant bugbear named Gloom. Bugbear is kind of a deceptive title. They actually look more like large, predatory cat people, similar to a tabaxi like you, but honestly the comparison would be a little offensive, and you and Gloom have never really gotten along because of this. He has black hair that is knotted and kinked and has twigs and muck in it because he's never overly concerned with his appearance. Thought you all were off becoming legends. You know, I hear the stories all the time of, oh, Chad Handstand held a handstand. Whatever, who cares? Why are you back?
Hungry. Tired.
Tired? Supplies? Do we need supplies?
You know, important question, Joe Keery. What does Joe Keery, the Tabaxi Gloomstalker Ranger, look like?
5'11", brown eyes, sunny disposition, great chat, wicked sense of humour. Although apparently he's got no charisma or intelligence, which is kind of interesting.
You speak a different language.
Kind
Joe.
of thing.
Now, you're a cat person, so what does
I
your
am.
fur look like?
What would Joe Keery's fur look like? Just perfect. Yeah, it just looks just right.
Mm-hmm. What color? What color?
Kind of brown, kind of like mousy,
right?
But kind of like oily, but it kind of not too oily. Kind of it just looks nice.
And what does Lady Applejack look like?
She's an elf.
You are an elf assassin rogue.
Yeah.
The most dangerous.
Yeah, the most dangerous. Says dark elf, so she's a dark elf.
Applejack.
Very sneaky.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think she's killing it actually because she doesn't want to give too much away.
Exactly. You say you'll find out.
She doesn't want to give too much away.
Last but certainly not least, Chad Handstand. What does he look like?
Well, he, you know, he's not the most strong guy in the world, but he is, you know, he's got some. He's pretty big. Yeah. No. But he's kind of like the skinny strong. You know, he's not like super maxed out or anything, but he's like Robert Pattinson kind of type, but like in that kind of way. You know, like scrawny yet strong.
Now, you're a human paladin, but what you are lacking in charisma, Joe.
Yes.
Chad took all of it.
Chad took all of it,
He's beautiful. The wind is always blowing perfectly in his hair. The sun is always hitting him just right.
Must be nice.
Yeah. He got the name Chad Handstand though because, you know, he was at a funeral and everyone was crying. Of course. And to cheer everyone up, he said, "Watch this." And in hindsight, it might have made everything inappropriate. It might have made everything about him, but he still did the handstand. And from that point on, he was known as Chad Handstand.
Did it kill? Did people like it?
Well, technically it killed. It wasn't a funeral, but no, it didn't kill. No one liked it, but he kept that. And from that moment on, he kind of, he just became.
So he thought this went terribly. So I'm going to keep doing this.
He doesn't really know. He can't read people as well, but that makes him very confident.
Oh,
cool. Gloom still hasn't forgiven you for doing a handstand at his grandmother's funeral. So, yeah. He comes out of the road and he stands nearly 7 foot tall, towering.
He's a big guy.
He's like, yeah. I hate to admit it, but it's probably good that you're here. There's been some difficulties as of late.
What's up?
You know, you probably should just make your way into town, I guess. Astara, she's at City Hall. She'll explain it all to you. Just do what you're gonna do and get out of here soon. The town's better off without you.
This guy.
Thought he needed us.
Okay.
I don't. I'm fine. They need you.
He said Astora? Astara. So we've got to go and see Astara.
You all know Astara. She is an elf. She has been in charge all of your lives, all the way back when your grandparents were children, because elves are very long-lived.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. And Gloom goes back into his shack and slams the door behind him.
What's the problem?
What? You got a problem with me?
I think he liked. I mean,
no, I don't. Yeah.
I'm not jealous. Yeah, I don't care if that's what you think. It's not that
it
at all.
sounds like he's kind of Jay. He wants to be a part of the group.
No, like you guys went to do your thing. Some of us had a duty to home and stayed here to keep track of
I
it.
wonder why you're by yourself. It's just like, what are you doing?
I mean, that's unnecessary. Okay, Joe. Like, I mean, you just got back. Just like, I like being by myself.
Yeah.
Goes and slams the door again. And ahead of you stands the bridge to cross over into Hawk's End.
Okay. So we should probably cross over that bridge.
Let's cross over that bridge.
Let's go find Astara really quickly because I'm not really feeling this right now. I'm tired. I need a drink.
Yeah.
As you guys come walking in, again, you all have been all over the world by now, but there's nowhere like home as you come back. Again, there's fresh apple pie sitting on the windowsill. Children running around have tiny carved figurines of each of you. One of them comes running up to you and says, Mr. Belcher, look, and holds up a very poorly made dwarf wearing your signature magic shield. I got a Mr. Belcher.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Beard's off.
Dad, the beard is off! And the kid turns and runs back into the house.
Beard was off.
Beard was off. Dude, listen, it's totally fine. Yeah, you put him in his place. It's totally fine.
Was that really necessary?
Astara?
Yes.
Astara.
Yes. Come, darlings. Let me see you. And she walks up to you, Applejack, and she says, you look incredible.
Aw, thank you.
They haven't been giving you too much trouble, have they?
No, not at all.
Really?
Maybe this one.
You know, you've been going easy on the ale, right?
Yeah.
It's, she kind of looks you up and down and she's like, are you sure?
Well, it's hard to travel with that much, so like so I kind of ran low.
It's like
pretty
a lot of
early on.
excuses.
Enough.
Get you
All right,
some.
I've been working on it.
Yeah.
A window nearby of the tavern swings open, and Stella, a little halfling, she's about 4 feet tall with frizzy red hair. Hi, would you like a pint is what you'd like?
Very much so. Thank
Come
you
in
very
right through,
much.
pints
Oh,
for all,
great.
pints around, eh?
Yeah. Stella.
Yes.
Good to see you
And
again.
the
I
star
love
looks and she says, wait, business first, pints second. I assure you, we've made all of your favorites. She leans in close and says, I haven't wanted to alarm the townspeople, but something has been amiss lately. Someone has been robbing graves in the cemetery.
What?
Yes. Every morning, they wake up, there are fresh holes, and the bodies are missing.
I worked so hard on that.
I know, it was a lovely ceremony, and thank you for your restraint for minimal handstands.
Can you believe
during
that?
the-
Seriously,
I've
I was
heard about it.
I was supposed to bury her like.
I'm trying to lighten the mood.
Well, you know, it doesn't always need lightning.
Not always.
Your father was the same way.
defense
Always cartwheeling during funerals.
My father was a handstand. His
Apples and
father a
trees.
handstand. His father before him a cartwheel.
Yes,
But
I remember. I saw them all.
So what do we actually? Oh no! What are we gonna do then? We should.
This hits close to home, so I'm furious.
You're furious.
I offered prayers to the morning Lord Lathander that help would arrive, and sure enough, the 4 of you return home. It must be meant to be, right?
Yes, I say so.
That's what's meant to be is these pints is what you're supposed to be.
That's what's meant to be.
Stella, my God, it is so good to see you. What has it been, a year?
Das more than that, Yes, look at you, you're so beautiful. Why is the light
We'll pick up on this later.
always hitting you
Back to
perfectly?
business. Back to business.
Stella, just save the stage, please.
Okay, fine. I know you've been traveling. I'm sure you're weary. We made sure that all of your houses are prepped and cleaned.
Thanks.
Have a drink, have some food, and then it's going to be dark soon. Maybe take a look.
Okay.
At the cemetery.
Yes, please.
Great. That sounds not spooky whatsoever.
Well, I'm thinking. Well, I'm there.
Oh,
every
are
day.
you
It's not that bad.
afraid?
No.
I think he's afraid.
He's always
He's
afraid.
not
not
afraid.
Joe.
I think he's afraid.
He's not
I'm
afraid.
not
That's why he never
afraid.
visits me at work. Seriously, he makes me come to him afterwards because like he never wants to come back.
As an aside, you are a paladin. Not only are you literally incapable of fear, as long as your friends are around you, they're incapable of fear as
awesome.
well.
So you're lying.
You literally have a radiant aura. It's unfair, really.
Yeah, my friends love me. So, I don't know. It's kind of great. Well, okay,
so
well,
we'll have a couple of drinks.
should
We'll
we
go
have
to the
a few
graveyard.
drinks?
I wanna go
Maybe
see
there's
Stella
a
for a
few.
second.
Maybe there's a few people we can talk to in the
I'd like
tavern.
It'd be nice to get a little loose and then go,
Yeah.
go check out the
A
cemetery.
pregame. We'll pregame.
What do you think, Lady Applejack?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree.
We're gonna go and have some drinks then.
Perfect. I'm going to rally the town watch, make sure I've had people watching all night recently to see if they could spot anything. You all indulge.
Wonderful.
And then come back and find me, okay?
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you again, by the way. Sorry, we were really grumpy.
No,
but we're tired.
Thank you. I'm sorry about the ale comment.
No, don't you worry about
You
it. It's
look
understandable.
wonderful.
I understand.
You do. And it's not just about
No,
Chad.
the wife says it all the time, so I get it. It makes sense.
As you make your way into the tavern, Stella has laid out a buffet spread that probably could feed 20 people.
Or just one of me.
Or two of you. She's at
Okay.
least doubled
well,
you.
At least I'll take half.
There's
You guys.
assorted roast beasts, pheasant, pig, there's pies, cakes, anything that you could dream of. All of your favorites have been made.
Great.
Yum, yum.
Welcome back.
Stella.
It's I.
She's just...
Well, she's just worried about everyone. That's her job, really, to just keep an eye on everything.
Stella, this pie is, these desserts look beautiful.
You flatter an old halfling. Just tuck in, enjoy.
How'd you get this gammon like this? How'd you get it like that?
That's the secret family recipe. I got to keep some things to myself.
If I had to twist your arm, bro.
It's only a little bit.
No.
You never know, I might like it.
I get really quiet because it's really awkward because Stella and him had a thing.
Had a little bit of a moment.
Before.
That's strange things happen once you've had a bit of ale. You never know till you try. You all enjoy yourselves. And if you need anything, I'll be here.
You live in the mood.
So it's a cheers, everyone. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank
Delicious.
You. Amazing.
Lady Applejack, while they're all eating and drinking and rambling, you hear coming from the kitchen where Stella just went.
I want to investigate.
Are you going to tell your friends that you hear it?
You guys hear that?
I think we do. What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Once she calls your attention to it, what would you like to do?
What do you hear?
I want to go investigate.
You want to go investigate? What happened? What'd you hear?
I heard someone in the kitchen that Stella went to.
Stella?
Yeah, someone was choking like.
What?
Oh, I hear.
I thought that.
Listen.
Wait, no, we have to go find.
I thought that was beatboxing.
Also, I also thought it was you rushing at first.
It started
as a beatbox, ended as a torturing thing.
Regardless, we should investigate.
We should go. All seriousness, Stella might be in trouble. We should go.
Or someone else.
Pardon me, belching. You, as a grave cleric, you chose that name, man. This is your doing, not mine. So much. Because again, Gaten was taken as a well-known demigod of entertainment and performance.
Gaten?
Yes, literally.
The Almighty.
The Almightiest.
The Almighty.
Yes. Peace be unto him.
Yeah. Pardons a fam.
You, as a grave cleric, have an innate connection to the weave of life and death.
That's fun.
In understanding anything that defies that link between life and death. You have an innate sense for the presence of the undead.
Seems quite wise for one of his background.
You are as wise as it gets,
That's
honestly.
Amazing. That's great.
And one thing you realize, there are undead in this building.
Okay.
You feel it.
Yeah, I thought I had some goosebumps before, but I thought that was just me, getting really excited about
the fizzy ale.
It was the fizzy ale, I thought it was just a buzz, but...
It turns out it's the undead.
It turns out it's zombies.
Oh, is that what that was?
Was that zombies? Is that what that was?
That's what that was.
Wait, okay. Well, if you're hearing that, I thought I felt something before. I think we got...
Things are adding up.
Things are adding up.
Are you all...
I'm going to go to the kitchen.
Are you all going?
Concerned.
Yes, you're gonna check.
Nothing like that should be happening anywhere near here, especially not Stella, our good friend. So I'm gonna go to the kitchen.
Perfect. As you push the door open, on the ground, you are confronted by a horrifying sight.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Stella.
Yeah.
You think it's Stella.
Stella?
It's a Stella-shaped something.
Oh my God.
He's wrapped in what looks like rotting meat. And as you notice, coming out from under the tables and ovens, what looks like skin that has been pulled off of the bone is sliding forward.
Oh, God.
And I'm gonna need all of you to roll initiative. So, on your sheet, you should have an initiative there that'll be plus something.
I just rolled I rolled an 18.
Did you really?
You're
Yeah.
very fast, and you actually.
I see. I rolled a 1. No, I rolled a 7. Sorry, I rolled a 7.
I rolled a 15.
15.
I
Lady
rolled
Applejack.
11, I think.
11?
Yeah, I think.
Perfect. And I'm gonna go for the monsters there. Joe Keery, you were actually
Feels
first.
great.
It feels so good.
Yeah, it feels good. How does it feel to be Joe Keery?
It's great.
These boneless abominations are crawling out, coming from each direction, and one of them is apparently smothering Stella to death. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna kill it.
Okay? Want to shoot it with your bow?
I want to shoot it with my magic bow.
You do have a very impressive magic bow. It's a dragon wing longbow. So when you draw it, it looks like a dragon's wing flexing, and flames erupt around the arrow as you shoot.
That's badass.
First, roll your attack for me. You are very, very good with this bow. Now, for you in particular, you are what is called a gloom stalker. So this is when you shine, when you are ambushing. In the first round of combat, you actually get to attack more times and you hit harder. This is something specifically you do. This is your specialty.
Get in there.
Okay.
So what'd you get on that first one?
I got 25.
Perfect. You actually get to attack 3 times. So hit it for me 2 more times.
Oh, where?
21.
21, also gonna be a hit. Give me 1 more.
1 more. It's 26.
Again,
That's
it's,
huge.
You
That is
very
huge.
rarely miss. Just to give you
That
an
is
idea,
boom.
30 is godlike success, and you got a 26. So these are very
Dang.
precise. So they're under your damage. You're gonna click that for me 3 times.
That's 12.
12.
Whoa.
Again.
Again.
That's 11.
11, perfect.
12 again.
You come in and 3 flaming arrows go and slam into this thing, and it unwraps there on the ground and stops moving. And you see Stella looks up. Oh my gosh!
Stella,
Oh my gosh!
It's okay.
Oh, there's more of them! Ah! Is there anything else you would like to do?
Did you guys see that?
Yeah. That was cool, yeah.
Good for you. That was awesome.
I'd like to comfort Stella.
Perfect. She very much is holding on to you, and Lady Applejack.
Okay.
He has shot the first one of these, but it looks like there's 4 more in the room that are crawling out. What would you like to do?
I want to stab him.
Again,
I want to stab him.
always the right answer, Lady Applejack.
So funny.
You, as an assassin rogue, you are particularly good at attacking something that hasn't had a chance to act yet. Basically, like you catch things flat-footed and gank them is really your thing. So, next to your weapon there's going to be a plus. Go ahead and click that for me there. It'll be a plus some number. Your weapon is called a rapier of wounding. So you have a magic sword that when you hurt people, the wounds don't heal.
Yeah.
So
you got a perfect hit.
There you go. So you did this the best you possibly could
That's
do.
incredible.
As you, I'm not even gonna make you roll this because I know how hard you hit. As you lunge forward, actually, you tell me, would Lady Applejack explode this thing, or is she so precise that it's just like a little hole in and out?
I feel like she'll explode it.
Yeah?
Yeah, like
Just go in. Do it.
Ooh.
Go for it.
Well, this thing already didn't have any bones, but Lady Applejack lunges forward and it essentially explodes as a splatter against the wall. And you can still attack again because you killed the first one in 1 shot. So go ahead and give it to me again. That's fantastic.
24.
Luck. 20 out of the way. Yes, more than enough. All right, so click on that number there next. That'll be 1d8. You see that there? Click on that. I'm gonna roll your sneak attack damage for you here, so you don't have to worry about it. How much damage did you do?
9.
How much, sorry?
9.
9? Perfect. I'm waiting on your sneak attack to come through because it is a lot of dice. You have 7d6 that you roll for sneak attack, which is a lot, like a lot. The first one explodes in a flash. You're on the second one and stab it and just stops moving.
I love it so
there
much.
on the ground. Unfortunately, it is now the Boneless's time to attack. And they do not take too kindly to what Joe Keery has done.
When does anyone ever?
That is true. And unfortunately for you, Joe Keery, I also rolled a natural 20.
Oh!
So, Joe, as you are comforting Stella, and she's like, no, right behind. You all see the Boneless wraps up and begins squeezing Joe Keery for 10 points of damage. So you keep track of that, and you all see your friend is being squeezed and suffocated. You are still pretty stout. You're still in the fight, but you have been harmed. Lady Applejack. Another one does the same thing to you, having just obliterated 2 of them. One falls from the ceiling and wraps you up and falls to the ground and starts squeezing you as well
guys
for
gonna-
10 points of damage.
Second.
Any point?
That's,
Are they gonna help?
hopefully.
Okay.
We're going to see.
10 points of damage.
10 points. Search it.
There you go.
Your friends got off to a really great start.
Right.
But now they're kind of having some problems of their own.
All right, now
What
we're
would
damaged.
you like to do?
I mean, I'd like to save them, but I also I want to know what the hell is going on, too.
You're just gonna leave.
No, but I wonder, because, listen, here's the other thing. We killed them, you guys killed them, without even trying to speak with them. Do they speak? I guess.
They have not made any noises outside of
Don't
this like
tamper
weird
with the shit, dude. I've seen this stuff all the time. I
noise.
sense this stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna play it safe and save them.
Thank you.
Try to save them.
Go ahead and roll your first attack.
Okay, can I? Okay.
You, as a paladin, you are a holy warrior, so you have the ability to do something called a smite, where when you hit them, you can basically set off a divine explosion of damage.
Roll a 3.
Unfortunately, you have to hit to be able to smite. So Chad, as you're basically trying not to accidentally cut the head off of one of your friends here, which one of them are you attempting to save? Not to make you pick favorites. It would be weird if some sort of monster presents you
In my
a
head, I
terrible
was
choice.
closest to Joe.
Perfect. You know what? Let's roll the physical dice. Here.
Okay.
Grab one of these d20s. Yes, that's the one. And roll it in the box here in front of you.
In this one.
Yep.
4. Are you?
However, you have a pretty significant bonus. That may be enough. Let me see. That's rough. That's rough. Believe it or not, you were such a capable warrior. That is enough to hit it with your. You have a pike, a long, sharp spear with a hook on one end that you stab into it. Now, important question: would you like to use your smite?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Again, I'm gonna roll that for you here because you also do quite a lot of damage, honestly. So I'm gonna roll that for you. You roll the damage for me, where it says that 1d10 plus 6.
Should I do it on?
We'll do the physical dice.
Okay.
You want a 10 side?
is this
That
it?
is one of these ones. Looks kind
Oh,
of.
like a dime.
Yep.
This one?
Yep. That's it. Roll that one.
1.
You okay?
Lady
I'm
Applejack
fine.
soaked up all
I'm
of your
fine.
luck
You
over
might
there.
not get. You might not be fine.
That is true. Actually, he's going to be okay. It is you who. There is one other ability you have, just for your own.
Let's keep trying.
Edification. No. You've hit it.
Okay.
You also get to attack a third time because as a polearm master, you stab twice and then hit with the butt of the weapon. So roll that 20 for me again.
I can't. Which one is the? Sorry, which? That one right
there.
This one that I'm holding.
That's the one. Yep.
Okay.
Roll that.
Are there multiple d20s on the table?
Yes, there are 2.
Oh, got it.
Each of you have 2. You might even have 4.
I think I have a lot.
Yep.
Actually.
4.
4.
Again, that actually is enough.
Yeah, okay,
'cause
okay.
You have a pretty significant bonus, so you do hit it twice. Now,
sweet.
Would you like to smite it twice? Would you like to set
Yes.
off your
I would
magical
love
power?
to smite it.
Yes.
Love to smite it.
Joe Keery.
Hi.
you're being strangled to death. And your friend very ineffectively swings the first time, and the second time, you're pretty sure he's about to cut your head off as it's coming down, and at the last second, there's a blinding flash of light, and the boneless is smeared across the wall, exploded.
Sorry, it wasn't. It was a struggle for me.
Pardon me, belching.
Yes.
Yes. There is one of these things left.
Yeah, there is.
Mm-hmm. What would you like to do?
And it's messing up her,
It
right?
absolutely
well,
is.
I know that the first priority is making sure that everybody in my group is safe, so I'm gonna try and get it off. I'm gonna try and attack it and get it off.
Perfect. Would you like to hit it with your mace, or would you like to cast one of your spells? Your
what are my spells?
Your
What do I got?
guiding bolt is kind of your main thing.
I see that. What can I do with my guiding bolt?
It is a blast of energy that you will shoot out. If you hit, not only will you damage the target, you make it easier for the next person to damage the target. That's how
Yeah, I'm
guiding
gonna
bolt
go
works.
with that. I'm a
Get
team
it.
player.
Click,
Okay,
click
cool.
that
I'm
plus
click
next to
that.
guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt. I roll a 19.
That is more than enough to hit. So,
Perfect.
you know what? Let's roll some more of these physical dice.
Great.
Get
What do we
4 of
got?
those D6s, 4 of the square
Got
ones.
it.
Yep, roll those.
All together.
Roll them all, yep.
Woo! I got a 3, 3, 3, and a 5. That's 14.
14 points of damage. That does not quite
That
finish it off.
sucks!
It does
Okay.
not quite finish it off.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
But because you cast a spell, that is actually the only thing you can do is cast
That's
a spell.
okay. I'll cast that spell.
However, Joe Keery.
Hi.
Now, the one remaining boneless is glowing with light around it, giving you an opportunity to finish it off if you want.
I'll finish it off.
So, you are going to roll.
What if we can learn something?
Can I talk to it?
It has not said anything.
I don't think I want to kill it.
Yeah. So, because he hit it with a guiding bolt, you have what is called advantage. You get to roll 2 of these and take the higher one. So, roll 2 of these 20s for
You're
me.
welcome.
And you take the higher number between the two.
13.
13, that is more than enough
It is.
with your bow. And then you're gonna roll 1 more time for me for your second arrow.
12.
Again, more than enough.
We've got this.
2 more arrows. And the flames start igniting and burning its gross undead form into ash.
Gross.
And Stella is just sitting there shaking, covered in goo. Like, I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Stella.
I just
Calm down.
Baby.
No, baby.
This is awesome.
Very much buries her head into your, quite frankly, furry chest. And all
She's
of
safe
you
there.
give me perception checks again. Perception checks.
Perception check.
Yep. Under your skills, you're gonna roll right next to it. And it's gonna go, I mean,
I rolled a 10.
10.
10.
Not noticing too much. Is in your skills.
13.
Yeah, 13, perfect.
I have rolled a 14.
14, all right.
13.
Oh, 19.
That was a 19, yeah, because they added to it. As Stella is kind of freaking out a little bit here, Sir Chad.
Yeah.
Outside, you hear screaming.
And footsteps. Whoa.
Yeah. Footsteps and screaming.
Yeah.
From nowhere. Footsteps running away from the screaming.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, coming from outside the town.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go see what's going on outside.
Be careful.
I will. I'll try.
As you run outside, it's terrible. From the water that is surrounding Hawk's End, you see undead are coming out of it. Zombies shambling forward, waterlogged, but not just zombies, parts of zombies. There's arms and hands that are just disconnected from anything else coming up out of the water onto the shore. And the people of the town are screaming and running. Some of the watch have pulled out swords and bows and are lighting up torches. They're kind of no match for this, though, Sir Chadwick. So, what would you like to do? Whoa. Are you gonna tell your friends?
I'm gonna go and let them know that there's a horde of undead coming towards us.
Thank you.
Guys,
Yeah.
there's a horde of undead coming towards
Are you
us.
serious right
Yes.
now?
Yeah,
The moment
they're-
I've been waiting for.
They're coming from the water.
Coming up out of the water. But they all seem to be coming sort of from the northeast side of the water.
Okay.
All coming out that way.
Okay.
Forgive me, but you have a tendency to be able to. You didn't see this coming at all.
Here's the thing.
You couldn't sense this.
You don't understand. You
that
can't.
horde,
You can't just.
that army.
You can't.
of
Like, you don't
undead.
understand how this works. It's not. It's
Okay.
not like a spider sense. It's more of like. It's more of like I can't predict what's happening, but I understand when something is happening. So right now,
Right.
I'm off the walls. Like right now, like my chest, you wouldn't even
Okay.
believe. It's like a major anxiety attack right now, and I
Okay.
would appreciate if you
Can
didn't
we-
make fun of me.
Can we get you something?
Just more beer.
Yeah.
You know, grab a go cup. Yeah.
Okay,
Are you all gonna
grab something to go.
You all gonna head outside?
I'd like to head outside.
Yes, Lady Applejack.
I think I might stay.
Did you say you want to stay in here?
Yeah, I want to stay.
You're gonna chill out in here? You're not gonna go help?
Did you see what happened last time?
So, you, Lady Applejack, are incredibly sneaky. So if you want to skulk around outside, there's a pretty good chance no one can see you if you do.
Yeah, I think that's what I might do.
Do this for me. Roll one of these 20s for me.
Okay.
We're gonna see just how good of a job you
one
do
of these.
sneaking. Yep.
Okay.
Roll that for me.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. Great.
So here's the problem, Lady Applejack. You never know if you're doing a good job or a bad job, right?
Okay.
So you all have your friends, the lethal assassin, who's like, just kind of goes stomping out,
Skipping.
believing she's a ghost.
Oh,
this
what
is
the hell
so
is she? What is she
embarrassing.
doing?
Oh my god, great. Now we lost
So
her.
embarrassing.
What do we do now? What is she doing?
Ghost. Nobody's ever gonna see you.
All right. Well, now that she's gone, what are we gonna do? Is it?
Would you all like to head outside?
I would love to head outside. I
Okay.
need to
I
go
think
outside.
we
I need to
should.
see this.
We should face this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Head on.
A quick thing. Am I allowed to ask Stella what is going on?
Absolutely. She's roll your insight
Okay,
for me.
I'm gonna roll my
In
insight.
your skills, there's an insight. Roll
Okay.
that one.
10. I rolled a 10.
What would you like to ask?
Do you know the Muffin Man? No, do you know, have you seen these kind of monsters before? Or do you know what's happening?
Why would I know what's happening? You're the adventurer.
Got it. Okay.
Why would I have seen? I don't ever want to see it again for the rest of my days.
Okay, all right. Time to go outside, I guess.
I'm just gonna barricade myself. Actually, I don't want to stay in here. They were in here. I'm gonna barricade myself out in the tavern. If that's all right.
Okay.
You should stay there.
She's a mess, but good try.
Joe,
though.
Thanks.
Joe,
Hi.
make sure you return to me.
I will be back.
Come back
I just
to
need
me.
to go sort this out.
Please, yes. Okay. As you guys come out, you see the scene as described. Undead hordes coming out of the water.
First thing I think we need to. Oh, you continue.
No, what were you going
First
to say?
thing I think we need to do is try to get everybody out of here. Since they're coming from the northeast, I say we rally the towns and get them off the South Bridge.
Perfect. What would you like to say? What are you gonna tell them?
Guys, look at all this. It's not coming from over there. Run that way. If you can barricade yourselves in houses, do it. If you can make it to the bridge, go. Don't worry about supplies. We can rally that later. Just get out of here. South Bridge. South Bridge.
And I know what you guys are thinking. Yes, I did have a night out with Stella, but that's not the
fine.
point.
We can figure it out later.
Okay, fine.
Jeez.
Okay, fine.
South Bridge. I
South
think
Bridge.
Stella should join.
Stella, you go too, babe.
South Bridge.
Stella, just go.
You do
South
see
Bridge.
again.
Everybody evacuate.
You all are legends. So just by
Amazing.
raising
South
your
Bridge.
voice slightly,
Amazing. Get 'em
everybody
out.
heads south.
Got it.
That way there's no collateral damage when we try to kick ass.
Perfect.
Perfect.
job.
Thank you. very
Brilliant
much.
plan.
Thank you. Where's she? I don't know where she was.
It's no, she's pretty.
She's playing in the water.
right.
She's making a sandcastle.
However, I'm going to keep you guys in the same order that we were going before. So that would make it your turn.
Oh God, good.
Again, there's zombies everywhere. What would you like to do?
stab him.
You never go wrong with stabbing. But
Yeah.
if you want to do something else, you can. But that's.
What is that something else I could do?
Check like your.
You are very well. Your skills.
Skills.
You're very good at sneaking. Well, it's supposed to be. You're very good at disguising yourself, making you look like someone else. You can actually turn invisible if you like. That's a thing you can do. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah, I think I might turn. Can I turn invisible and stab him?
So,
surely.
yes, but if you stab them, you will reappear. You will stay invisible until you attack someone.
Oh, okay. Then I might just go invisible.
Okay, and disappear for the time being.
Thanks for the help.
So while she's stomping around, a second later,
she's
really
testing it out, I guess.
You take care of yourself.
disappear.
Whatever.
I gotta put me first.
Very good. Very valid. You got to find the commander, right? That's the thing you do. Perfect. Lady Applejack turns invisible.
And she makes a cool sound as well, apparently.
That is true. That
Cool.
is
You were just
weird.
making sandcastles.
Right. That's how good she is.
man.
She can make sandcastles and just be gone.
Yeah.
Then gack.
That's crazy.
Sir Chad.
Yes.
Your friend has disappeared.
Yes.
The townspeople appear to be listening to you, heading south. Again, there are undead hordes all around you. What would you like to do?
Could I use my athletics in some way? Or I'm sorry.
No, please.
I just got another thing.
Yep.
Can I pretend to be a zombie and try to follow them to wherever they're going?
You could.
Because my perception's pretty.
You're a pretty seasoned adventurer, though, and the undead are very dumb.
They're not going towards anything.
They thirst for the living.
Okay.
Right?
I just want in case I needed to go undercover.
Super logical.
Okay. So this might be an attack situation. Can I use my athletics in any way?
So what athletics will let you do is if you want to grapple them, like if you want to grab one and wrestle it to the ground. I will tell you, just for your own knowledge, something that is just dope that you've got, is you have a spell called Find Greater Steed, where you can summon a magical creature to ride, like a griffin, a pegasus, a dire wolf, a rhino, a saber-toothed tiger. Like you can just summon something dope to ride if you would like to do that.
Can I attack while I'm on top of that on my next turn?
That's
cool.
You literally have a.
I'm gonna call a griffin.
You like a griffin?
Yeah.
What does your griffin look like when it shows up?
He's big.
Head of a lion, body of a bird?
Head of a bird, body of a lion.
Thank you.
With wings.
With wings?
Mm-hmm.
Say like
Might summon just a
head of
messed
a
up
bird.
one
You
that
said
is a
head of a
lion.
head of a
Yes,
bird.
It's got an eagle head, a lion body, and
I was thinking like hummingbird, super long nose, like super sharp long nose, and then the body of a lion and big, big wings.
Like the buzzy wings, like a hummingbird?
What kind of wings?
Yeah, exactly.
Buzzy wings like a
It's a hummingbird griffin.
That's cool.
I feel like this is something Sir Jad's probably done before. Does it have a name when you summon your humming beast?
Roderick.
Roderick the humming beast.
Roderick.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. Let me get Roderick in here for you.
Yeah. Do I roll for that?
Excellent.
No, this is what I do. Okay, got it. Okay.
Presumably you want to hop on the back of it.
I would love to hop on the back of it.
Perfect.
Hey, bud.
Hi.
What's up, dude?
Hey. That's how he sounds.
Why you're
I guess I'm voicing both. Yeah, I guess I'm voicing both. Yeah.
You know, it's.
I'm so jealous of that Roderick guy. I wish I could.
got Stella.
I do. No, I wish I could summon that.
Stella can't fly, man.
Stella can fly, but Stella can bring you warmth and love.
That is true. It's purely transaction with Roderick.
Exactly.
I pay him at the end of each ride.
No,
it's basically an Uber. I pay him. It's a ride share.
It's a combat ride.
Yeah, exactly.
Pardon me, Belgian.
Nah.
What would you like to do?
Right now, I'm just sad right now because honestly, I see all this happening. These creatures are supposed to be resting. They're supposed to be like at peace, and right now they're not, and they're putting themselves and everybody else in danger, and I'm pissed.
You, as a cleric, have an ability that is called Turn Undead.
Oh, you could be
I might do it. I don't know what it does.
You can just make them leave, and you're actually a high enough level cleric. You can make them basically force them to leave. And if they're low enough level, they will not just leave, they will be destroyed by your holy intervention.
This is insanely convenient.
I mean, what a great...
You're unbelievably
Guys, this is my
yeah.
element. This is what I need.
This is what we all need.
Meanwhile,
I'm sorry, but where's Astara? Is she getting out with them? Because I feel like she should debrief with us, or did
Yes,
she
she is rallying people, moving them to
helping us
yes,
with that.
she's
Great.
listening
Go, let
to
her
you.
do that, let her do that.
Meanwhile, Princess Applejack's at like Disney World or something
Yeah,
like
where
that.
I don't know where she went, but she's chilling. Okay, so I want to talk to these guys. I want to be able to communicate with them. I want them out of here.
Wait, so it is your intent to turn them, correct?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you can.
What is that? What spell is that?
It is an ability that you've got called Turn Undead.
Perfect. Yeah.
Perfect.
I'd
Turn
like to
Undead.
turn undead.
What? So you brandish your holy symbol, glowing, radiant. What do you say to turn these undead fiends?
Okay. I need to relate to them because they're just sad, they're lost, they don't want to be here either. And I say, guys, you have each other. You don't need this. This is something you've had before, but you don't need it now. You've moved on from this, and it's not healthy to be lingering here right now. I will guide you. I will be here to hold your hand, or your leg. You don't got hands no more, but I will be here for you. Well, I know it's rough.
They like it. They like it.
I think it's best if you just go to sleep like you need to. You've had your time, and you can't take it from other people.
As you finish your heartfelt speech,
Thank you.
as they are shambling,
Yeah.
you all see what color is the light that comes out of Pardon Me Belching. You're a grave cleric. You're a cleric of death.
He's
but
a
you
cleric
tell
of
me.
death, but the thing is, people misunderstand death. Death isn't scary. Death is a part of life. Like we're here all together, and it's amazing. And so it's a warm sunset orange that wafts as the day ends into a peaceful night.
As this light rolls out from you, you are strong enough that you will destroy all of these undead.
That would break me. It would break
since
me.
you are coming from a place of love, and it is your intent to put their spirits at rest, that's what happens.
Yeah.
You all notice the zombies just sort of stop and just kind of lay down.
Amazing.
And die.
Wow.
All of them.
And I weep.
Didn't want to have to do that.
I didn't want to have to do that.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And then I say, so are we getting another drink?
Unfortunately.
No.
Pardon me, Belchin.
That's okay.
You get a sinking, sickening feeling coming from the south.
Where I told everybody to go.
You told everybody to go. It is almost like this attack came from the north.
It's a diversion.
Intentionally to force everyone
It's
to
a
the
diversion.
South. What kind of monster would do such a
my
thing?
God, what did I do? What did I do?
It's going to be a bloodbath.
Guys, we need to go. We need to run. We
To
need
the
to
rest
get
of you, it's like, yeah, we won, and no.
We
you're
need
like,
to
we
go.
did not.
We're running. Can we get her back? Or is she kind of still...
Who knows
Well,
where
you
she
hear
is?
all of
know.
this. I mean,
Okay.
you're
Oh, I
invisible,
hear
but yeah,
everything.
you're there.
I don't know where she
They
is.
don't know you're
There.
there, but you know you're there.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need
Lady
to,
Applejack's coming. She's coming. We're all going. We're running.
we
to
don't know
safety.
she's here.
Can I turn invisible?
Oh, well, of course, because she's invisible.
You can reappear whenever you want. Yeah.
Can we
So
call?
I'm
Can we go,
invisible.
Lady Applejack?
Hi, I'm back.
Oh my God!
Did you hear that?
I heard everything, and I decided that I needed to help you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
As you all head south, right across the bridge, you see just on the other side of it what looks like a tear has been ripped into reality.
Great.
There is a jagged black line with black energy rolling out of it. And all the townspeople are gone.
We've got to go through.
I want to go through
We've got to
it.
go through.
I love to go through
I
it.
have to go through. I will lead the charge. This is my doing.
Should we maybe shoot something into it first to see if
What if you hit one of the townspeople?
I'm willing to take that risk.
Why can't we just, instead of shooting an arrow, like
Just chuck
have,
a stone
like,
into it?
Why can't
Yeah,
we have
chuck a
Roderick
stone.
going?
I could go in.
Roderick can go
Why
in
don't you
and
let
then loop
Roderick
back.
go in?
Go in and just zip around. Just check it. And
Okay,
then
I'll do a quick.
get into it.
What do they?
handstand there.
Yeah. What do they call it? Like, what's like a really normal thing? Like, you know, when people are at a party and I'm like, I'm gonna do a little round. Like, I'm gonna do a round. Like, do the rounds. Yeah. I'm gonna do the rounds and then come back. Okay.
So you run and do the
I'm gonna
rounds.
run and do the rounds,
Thank
come
you.
back, see what the vibe is, and then if it's cool, you guys come in. We have drinks with the townspeople.
Okay,
then they
great.
come out.
We
Okay,
got it.
great.
You gonna fly in?
I will fly in. Yes.
Roderick flies into
Oh,
the
I'm
rift.
with my.
I mean, you're right. You are going with Roderick,
Right,
correct?
right,
The
correct.
rift. You fly in, and he doesn't come back out.
We've been waiting for. He should be back by
He
now.
should be back by now.
Should we?
I guess
should
we might as well. At least we know that everybody, like anybody who remained on, is anybody still here?
The town
everybody left.
is apparently
Let's start-
deserted.
everybody.
Yes.
There's not a single. So can I call out to see if anybody's there?
The only person that is still there, actually, even Stella went because you sent her
Stella
south
went.
too. Stella's gone.
Oh,
yeah,
we gotta go.
everybody
We
went.
gotta go.
Yeah,
We
we
have
gotta
to go.
go.
I can't
There's
leave
nothing
them
to
in
leave.
there without me in there.
Any of the
Gotta go in
guards?
there.
None of all the guards.
They all-
Everything's
Okay, we're
real.
not inviting a third. Okay. Right, guy.
Okay.
So I think
we
we
should
should
go in.
We should all
Yeah.
go in
Yeah.
together as a team.
As a
right?
team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glad you're here.
Thank you.
As you all pass through into this, immediately you're somewhere else. It's cold, like the winter time.
I wonder.
It looks like Hawk's End,
I wonder.
but it's not Hawk's End.
Great.
It's the buildings you recognize, but they are broken and dilapidated, overgrown with vines, like they haven't been lived in for centuries. The sky is black in everywhere in all directions.
I thought it was like 4.
It looks hopeless. The only thing that you see, because the portal behind you has vanished, you do lay eyes on your friend Chadwick.
Hey, bud.
You did try and come back, but the portal was gone.
Yeah.
The moment you came through.
Oh, it's gone. We can't get back.
Oh, so we're stuck in here.
Great.
You are. And you
Well, let's get used to
hear
it.
chanting.
What?
Ooh.
Difficult to make out what's being
ritualistic
said.
chanting? Or are we talking like
far-
we're not gonna take
Ritualistic. Yeah.
From
It's
far.
an important point of clarification.
Yeah,
Is
no,
it
it's
far
true.
away or is it close? Is it?
It's difficult to tell. It's like it's coming from everywhere and nowhere all at once.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like an aura.
Okay.
I gotta say, right now, guys, I feel worse than I ever. Like, I feel horrible.
I should have stayed
I'm
invisible.
really anxious. I
like this place.
really wish I could just curl up in bed. I don't really feel motivated right now, and it's clear to me that there's something really dark and really bad here.
Not fun really having a manic depressive on your team, is it?
He is literally a clarion death. Like it's
That is
very
true.
emo.
Probably pretty hard to be happy.
Right.
Probably pretty hard to be happy
You
sometimes.
all hear. It seems to be coming from all directions at once.
Hate that.
Hate it.
Finally.
Oh no.
You all have made your way.
What? No. Sorry, wrong direction. We're from the other place. Weird.
Oh, I assure you,
Great.
everywhere will be like this place.
Oh
Good.
no. Well, that's great.
I guess we should get used to it.
Yeah.
The chanting gets louder.
Oh.
And you finally can make out what they're saying.
Hail, Vecna.
Oh, man.
Vecna.
I missed it.
Hail, Vecna.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. First things first, where is everyone?
You don't see anyone.
Stella?
I knew we were gonna get there.
No,
Long road.
no,
I knew it was
no.
coming. I knew it was coming. I just
Shame
knew it was coming.
on
I just
you.
didn't know when. No, No, you do.
Just because you're an actor, you think you can do that?
I knew what this was when I introduced the show. It wasn't weird.
Such poor taste.
You just couldn't help yourself.
I'm sorry.
Literally what the fans paid to see.
So Stella can't hear this.
Stella,
if she can, she doesn't respond.
So the Brando's not really like, it's not helping.
You just, I mean.
You wish
I wish.
you were Brando.
I wish. I can't bring it.
Halfling.
Oh, you know her.
That one is special to you.
She's a friend, yeah. Oh,
If you touch her, Vecna, I swear to God.
What? Should
Kiri.
Yeah, what's that?
How about we barter? I'll let the halfling go if you give yourself freely.
Well, I'll give myself up freely.
I'm gonna give myself freely.
I'll give myself
I'm
up
giving
freely.
myself freely.
I like.
No one asked you. Vecna, I'll give myself freely. Vecna!
In the sky, floating overhead, you all see a terrible form begin to take shape.
Look at that.
He is withered.
That's embarrassing.
See how terrible that form looks?
Terrible.
He is withered in gaunt, pale, decaying gray flesh.
Gross.
With a white, milky right eye, and his left eye and left hand are missing.
It's a Visine.
You can see through his rib cage, almost through his body. His flowing robes are open, and inside of him, inside his body, there's a book, a black book.
That makes me feel weird. That feels like an epicenter of all my troubles.
Let's
right
guess
there.
what the book is.
That feels like an epicenter of everything that's ever been wrong with my life.
You haven't read it?
Joe, Kiri. You must think me a great fool. Prove your worth.
I want to shoot him.
Thoughts?
Yeah, with my bow.
With that
I'm
kick-ass
gonna
bow.
shoot this. Touch my woman.
You know what? Let's go ahead and roll initiative one more
Let's
time.
do
All
it.
Give me one of these dice, or you can roll it there in D&D
There we
Beyond
go.
as you come face to face with
Initiative.
I rolled a
Lord
15.
Vecna. 15 for Pardon Me Belchin.
5
5
for Chad.
for Chad.
22.
for Chadwick. Yes, you are
25 for Kiri.
all 25.
That was
Let's-
Joanna's 25th birthday. 25 for Carrie.
Perfect. All right. Perfect. All right. You can go first. Again, as a Gloomstalker, this is when you shine, right at the beginning.
Yeah.
So you can attack 3
Go
times.
for it. Just gonna go with the bow.
Just,
gonna-
yeah, just, I'm gonna hit that plus 12,
We're
right?
gonna do this. It's
Boom.
like,
Boom.
Caden, if you
Yes.
would, pull out a D6 and a D8 for me, please.
That's 19.
Let's see. Hang on. Let me make sure 19 is enough to hit him. It is not.
No.
The arrow flies what should have been center mass and just passes through his rotting, decrepit ribs and just flies right past him.
Yeah, but
And he looks at you and says,
Pathetic.
But now he knows I'm here.
But you get
Can
to
I
roll
go again?
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
get
again.
3 total.
Come on, what are you gonna try again? What are you gonna
Again,
what are you doing?
17.
That is also not enough.
Come on.
Flies wide one more time.
Can we focus in here?
Yeah, I'm focused.
Okay.
Well, you're the one that's gotta focus.
It's gonna be a big number.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Do you feel it?
Manifest
Do you
it.
feel it?
I feel it.
Manifest
I feel a lot
Okay.
right now. Manifesting. Big ass
Whoa,
number. Big ass
we get some
number.
handshaking here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I hit the wrong thing.
That's
I hit the
okay.
wrong thing.
That's okay. That's okay.
Feel it.
27.
Yes.
Felt good.
Felt good.
One now, Vecna.
Perfect. So I'm gonna get you to roll your damage for me. But where's that 8 and that 6?
I got the
Astral
8 and that
Pulse?
6
So
right
take
here.
that, and you're gonna roll that.
We
and you're
manifested
also
it.
gonna roll
Just these
another
two?
8. Can you give him another 8?
Another 8, you got it.
Yeah.
Right there?
You're gonna roll all 3 of those. All right.
It's a 3. It's a 3. It's a
So 12.
6.
Perfect. 15. Perfect. That one does hit him right in the chest. And he just looks down at it and says,
Fine. Let's do it your way.
all of you.
It's a great line.
Roll Constitution.
Ooh, that's where I shine.
You are very good at this.
That's
on
where
that
I
very
shine.
first screen is a
17.
Constitution
First
save.
screen.
17.
17 for Chad.
For
right
Chad.
there.
All of you do it.
8.
7.
7.
16.
16.
You're in the zone.
That is not enough. Vecna raises his hands, and you all feel the life being sucked out of you.
Not
You see
again.
the energy flowing out.
Suck my light.
You all take 42 points.
All
of every one of you. 42 points of necrotic damage.
Oh man,
It's
I'm
a-
now at 73.
It's a significant hit. A significant hit.
So what would I be
however,
at? I would be at.
Oh no.
But Lady Applejack, it is your turn.
Okay.
That sucks, guys.
Wait,
I'm
sorry.
on 53 now.
Lady Applejack, he is currently up in the air where you don't have an easy way to get to him. It's almost like he knows you're dangerous.
Yeah, have fun.
But what you can do is you have a spell called Fairy Fire. What that means is you can basically light him up to make him easier for your friends to hit him until somebody finds a way to get him out of the air.
I'm gonna help you guys out. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
Honestly, appreciate it.
You know, we do appreciate it.
He starts glowing and he looks down at his hands and he goes,
You've sent plenty of souls my way, Applejack. And now that you face Vecna, you don't have the courage to strike at me yourself.
Roasted.
Listen, I hate that guy. I hate that guy, but even he burned you. Even then,
Call an ambulance.
call the. It sounds like you're crying, so call the wambulance. Right? Because she's
would you like to
crying.
do anything else, Lady Applejack? Until they get him out of the air somehow, it's gonna be tough.
Why don't you stab it?
I mean, what else could I do? Like, he roasted me.
Would you-
Did roast the crap out of you.
Would you like to try and find the villagers, maybe?
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Go
perfect.
Go do that.
We'll take care of this.
Roll with that 20 for me there.
Okay.
Here, roll one of those. Yep. Tell me what you get.
One.
You don't find anyone.
You know, it's all or nothing. You're hot and cold. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
The savagery of Vecna's roast, Lady Applejack, temporarily stuns you.
Yeah, you're like, whoa.
You can't
That was
hear
mean.
or see anything other than that was out of line.
Yeah, when someone makes a joke about you and you like take 5 minutes to be like, that was mean. I can't move on from
In
that.
front of your friends in front of the village. I mean, he's gonna do that. Okay, perfect.
Wow.
I got it.
It is unfortunately actually Vecna's turn.
Oh, great.
Well, he is very powerful. That's why he has something. He has something called legendary action, so he can just sort of do stuff whenever he wants.
This should be good.
Now, here's the thing. Not everyone at the table has played before. I'm not gonna bust anybody out, but this is supposed to be a happy occasion, which you think would mean I should go easy.
No.
Problem is, this is Vecna.
It's Vecna.
And Vecna's not gonna go easy.
Not gonna
Yeah,
do it.
Vecna's not gonna go easy.
You could method
kill us?
act a little.
Somebody might die here.
You might, but that's okay because you all are glorious heroes. Glorious heroes. Vecna he pulls his finger out and lightning leaps out going towards you as he casts chain lightning. So, all of you give me dex saves.
Oh, great.
Everybody.
Dexterity?
I'm not
Dexterity
great.
saves, yes. Lady Applejack, you
Good.
are particularly agile, so
11.
it is very difficult to hit you with this.
16.
16.
23.
My bet is
11.
that's not going to be enough to dodge.
Lady
this
Applejack,
thing.
you were able to spring out of the way, basically by ducking behind your friend, so you can kind of take it in the
Oh,
chest.
fun.
5.
Do I have a shield?
Your shield is
pretty kick-ass one.
You do. In fact, your shield specifically can help you against things like this.
I know.
You get to roll twice.
Okay.
And take the higher one of those.
2 20s?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you've already rolled once, so you get
I
to
rolled
basically
once, I
roll
got a 5, I'll roll again.
Mm-hmm.
11. Oh, man.
Well, the good news is Lady Applejack gets out of the way.
Okay.
Let's start with a win here.
Oh.
You know, let's start with a win. The rest of you are unfortunately not quite so
do what
lucky.
you do, just run.
We'll just pray that I roll poorly. That's all you gotta do.
Do what you do best. If the last time I got attacked, there's like almost half our hit points.
Yeah.
I probably will only
I've still
have
got
like
a good
2
number of hit
left.
points.
Well,
I've still got
there's
Can
a
we-
pretty
can we-
big
can we take
spectrum.
this
You guys have varying levels of tankiness here.
Yeah.
So let's see.
I've got a high constitution. I can
That's
take a
not terrible. That's not terrible. That's only gonna be 25 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
It's not terrible. But not Lady Applejack.
Oh, okay.
22, 25.
25 points of lightning damage.
I have
And
21 hit points left.
what are you
Is that
at?
right?
You're currently at 21
Yeah.
left? Okay, perfect.
I'm at 48. I'm at like 50.
How is that
Vecna.
possible?
I have 115 at start.
He is pretty
Oh,
good.
okay, yeah, I started with 80 something.
You're not all the same.
Because I'm a
Pardon
human.
me, Belch.
25 damage. I'm on 28.
Vecna looks down at all of you and says, "You could just give up. Join me. Serve me. I will make it sporting for you." And he starts to float down towards the ground.
He's cocky. This is where we get him.
There
'cause
would
he's
be no
cocky now.
glory if I were to just obliterate all of you out of hand, would it?
Like, come on. Yeah.
I don't know. This guy kind of backs himself. I might join him.
Oh,
This guy's awesome. I kind of like this
He
guy.
has Stella.
I want
guys.
to join him.
He has Stella.
Pardon me, Belchin. It is your turn.
It's my turn.
Oh, I can't join him. Sorry.
I see you thinking about it, Joe Carey. Ponder it. There's still time.
When Joe Keery gets offered an independent
Joe
movie.
Keery will
Listen.
never join him.
This is what you must understand.
I need.
You can live and serve me, or you can die and serve me.
Yes. Pardon me, Belchin. It is your turn.
You don't scare me because I am not afraid of death. That's what I have against you. You live off of fear. A fear of what? Nothing but malarkey. That's all it is. That's all it is. And I would have gotten
Malarkey.
Malarkey!
I'm the greatest lich in the multiverse. I'm the master of death.
Oh, the master of death. Well,
Malarkey.
Malarkey. Well, I dig graves, good sir, and I know that it's nothing. It means nothing, not to me at least. And will a guiding bolt do anything here?
So, yes, you have a few options.
I figured.
We have a few things
Go
you can
through
do.
those options for me, please.
Yes,
Thank you.
you can guiding bolt him.
Yeah.
You can try and heal your friends. You can do a pretty significant amount of healing to everyone if you so choose. Basically, you can heal one person for a lot or everyone for a little.
Here's the thing. I would love to heal everybody for a little, but you're all so low on health anyway that if I do that and he hits us once again, we're still gonna die.
I think it's a waste of a go.
I think it's a waste of a go.
Perfect.
However, I'm trying to think of who here has the best shot of messing this dude up if I were to genuinely get a good amount of help going. But I think if anybody here is gonna be any match, it's gonna be me. Sorry guys, I know it sounds selfish, but
No.
I
It
think-
doesn't sound selfish.
What I will tell you.
tell me now.
Next round, if you want to coordinate with Lady Applejack, there might be some stuff you could do.
I
But
figured
she's already gone in this round. But next round,
Next round.
you
That's
guys
right.
can do something. Right
'Cause
now,
I
you
could-
got your guiding bolt.
Because a guiding bolt, if I send a guiding bolt his way, it ups the damage for the next turn for her, right?
It does.
Yeah.
You also have something called Dawn, where you can call down just like a burning pillar of sunlight that will stay there on him if you want, also.
What'll that
It's just
do?
a spell. I'll burn, set him on fire.
I'll set him on fire.
Yeah.
I like fire.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to cast Dawn?
You know what? Honestly, I think I want to go for like a Hail Mary here, and I want him out of here. And I think the best way of doing it is to link up here. I know we've had our differences, but I hope you'll pull through. I'm gonna go with
Lady
guiding-
Applejack's still here?
Yeah, I know, right?
Guiding bolt?
I'm gonna go with the guiding bolt.
Perfect. Now, again, since I'm introducing this in layers of complexity,
Of course.
you can actually cast a bigger guiding bolt. You can cast it at a higher level,
I
so you
want
can make
the
it do more
biggest
damage.
of
The
bolts.
biggest of bolts, I
The
assume.
biggest
You
of
wanted the biggest of bolts. Roll this d20 for me.
Should I just roll it on the screen, or can I just roll it here? I can figure roll
Whichever
it
you
here.
like.
This is more fun.
Yep.
13.
That actually is enough.
Whoa!
Yes, that is enough to hit him. You are gonna roll 10d6.
10.
You can do it here. 10 of those bad boys.
5, 6.
Mm-hmm. It's a group effort.
7, 8.
Yep. Pull those
9,
sixes.
10.
Yep.
All right, get ready to do some math.
High math coming in. And the guiding bolt.
We got a 6.
Mm-hmm.
We got a 3.
Mm-hmm.
We got a 3.
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 2s.
Mm-hmm.
We got a 1.
Mm-hmm.
We got a 5.
Mm-hmm.
We got a 4.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 2 1s.
Give me the total.
Oh, shit. I didn't make it out of here. Uh-oh. 6, 12.
I'm gonna show you an easy trick, by the way.
I think 29.
29, perfect. All right, I don't need any easy tricks. 29, all right, perfect.
I was definitely using my fingies to count under the table. I don't know if the camera caught them.
There is no shame in I mean, like, that's what got Vecna
I wanted
into
to
this
sound
mess.
cool like I was doing it in my head.
You
but
know,
I was
that is his
rhymes.
missing out
His
hand
fingies.
there, you know, right, but it wasn't
That
obvious.
is my hand.
That is the iron hand of Vecna.
That's where I found that.
That's
Dude,
what
I got you.
I know, I want it back.
Oh, sorry, bro.
Perfect. You blast him and he begins to glow radiantly and just looks down at his hands again and actually roll that d20 one more.
It's a 13 again.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
You shot him. It's
Great.
just he had advantage
Perfect.
because of
That'd
the
been
fairy
great.
fire.
That would have been
Perfect.
just for curiosity's sake.
However, he is now glowing, Sir Chadwick, with the guiding bolt. It is your turn. He is
I just
undead.
want to attack.
You are good at this. Roll your 2 attacks as you
okay.
run up on him.
So 2d20s.
2 d20s. Yep. You just roll them both.
8.
That is not
No.
going to be enough, even with your significant attack bonus.
Come on, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
20.
20, Nat. 20. Oh no.
So no, this is good.
Okay.
This is good. This is good. That was my thinking face.
Okay,
Not
that wasn't
my bad face.
sucks for you face.
So, you are about to inflict a significant amount of damage on Vecna. I assume you would like to smite him.
Yes.
I assume you would like to hit him as hard as you possibly can.
Absolutely.
Right? Perfect. You know what? Let's stack this up. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt here. You have a few spells you can use that would actually make this worse, if you like. You have what is called a branding smite, where your sword will catch on fire.
Any other spells?
Not well. You have other spells, but not that
would
would
help
be
me in
directly
this.
relevant
Okay.
to this.
Yeah,
at this
I'll
exact
try
second.
that. I'll
Your
try the
branding
fire
smite him
spell,
too.
yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so you roll that your damage there, which is I believe that was a D10. D10 plus 6. Roll that, and then you're gonna double that number.
70.
Come on.
So 7
So,
would be 14,
14.
19. And then your smite is going to go off. He is undead, so you hit him for extra. And let's see how hard you were gonna smite him. So you hit him for 19, and he looks down for a second and opens his mouth like he's about to say something, and the smite goes off. A blinding flash where you hit him for another 60 points of damage.
Whoa!
Blowing chunks off of him and staggering him backwards. And this is the first time he looks at you, and you see the slightest hint of fear in his eyes.
That's awesome.
As he stumbles backwards here. From your divine smite. Perfect. This is a good round for you guys. But that brings us to the top of round 2. Joe Kiri, it is your turn again. Vecna is on the ground now. Your friend has engaged him. What would you like to do?
Is there? You mentioned earlier that these two could team up.
Yes.
Can I team up with someone and kind of do something bad to him?
There's a specific ability that he has that works really well with an ability that she has. That's why. So it's not that you can't cooperate. It just so happens they synergize quite well.
Okay.
Mhm.
We're gonna lock and loaded here.
Yeah,
We've already
I'm
like started casting.
Yeah, that's okay. I guess I'll stick to shooting him again.
Shoot him. Roll it twice.
Shoot him again. So that's 15 to start with.
That is not enough
That's not
to hit
enough.
him.
Go for it again, buddy.
It worked last time.
It did work last time.
Feel it.
Bring it in.
Feel it. 20.
It's not bad.
Total 20. That is not enough to hit him. And you see the arrow arcing right towards his one remaining eye. And he just breaks it, throws it down.
Oh, he's making a fool of me.
You were the fool to think you could face Vecna.
I hate him.
How many hit points have you got left?
I've got 28.
And how many have you got left? No, you got a bunch.
I've got 48.
And Lady Applejack, how much?
21.
21?
21.
21?
I'm completely. I dropped the ball.
Yeah, it might
there,
be.
guys.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of. It might really not be.
No, he's gonna do it. All you give me con
appreciate- I
saves again.
appreciate
He
the
is going to. He's going to hit you all with the life drain again. Here's the problem, you all. He does 42 points of damage if it works. He does 21 even if you succeed. He's going to stop Sir Chadwick no matter what. Lady Applejack has a chance to get out of this though.
So I'm dead. So I'm dead.
Well, death is a kind of complex process, but you're about to be knocked unconscious.
Oh, okay.
You're about to be knocked unconscious.
My hit points.
All of you.
So if my hit points are gone, it doesn't mean that I'm like dead.
Correct.
Got it.
It's a fairly complex process of how to die. But all of you, give me con saves,
Wow.
Constitution saves, everybody.
Constitution. Yeah, that's where I should.
Again, you still give it to me, Sir Chadwick, because it might matter whether or not you're at 0 or at
9.
I got 11.
11? What was it?
11.
11? Okay.
15.
15. How many hit points did Lady Applejack have?
21.
Okay, perfect.
Right.
Both Lady
That's
Applejack and Sir Chadwick collapse to the ground. How many hit points have you got left?
I've got 11. I've 28 left.
You did not make the save. That means you took 42 points
The only
of damage.
It might.
Pardon me, Belcher.
Yeah.
Your friends collapse around you.
I take 21 points. Did
21 points. Well, no, actually, I don't think you did.
I
You
made
didn't make
15.
it. 42 total.
How many do you have?
I have 7.
7. Your
fun
friends collapse. Vecna looks down at them.
6. Sorry.
The foolishness of mortality. Look at you. All of your good works, all your grand adventure, only to collapse and ruin before me. So, what now?
Yeah.
Do you think you can strike me down, cleric?
Fine.
Try your best. I won't even intervene.
I have this rage and this need to just, well, not smite, because you do that, but I have this rage and need to just chuck the hammer at full force towards his head, but I understand that death works in mysterious ways, and I know now that in a time in which I feel, I think I need to be as selfless as possible here. I need to help. The only way I think it's going to work is if I keep being a team player. So I'm going to use that healing spell we talked about before.
The healing word?
Not like the mass one, like the one.
Right.
I'm gonna heal the crap out of her.
You can do that as a bonus action. It's not going to heal her by much, but it will get her back to her feet, and you can still do something
I thought
else.
so. Okay, great.
Still can do something else.
Okay, great. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back. How you feeling?
He is only going to be able to
garbage, right?
Yes. You come back to consciousness.
Okay.
Everything's hurting, Lady Applejack. You are still grievously wounded, but you are back in the fight. Yes. In what else would, pardon me, Belchin like to do?
I have to go. I'm not used to playing magical creatures. I'm used to going the range route, but I gotta look at these spells. I'm gonna do Path to the Grave.
Gonna mark him with the Path to the
Path to the
Grave.
Grave.
So, what that is, you are a grave cleric. you can basically make him vulnerable to the next thing that hurts him.
Yeah.
The next
That's
attack.
right. That we were talking about it before.
Yes.
Okay, great.
You're gonna mark him.
Yeah,
Are you gonna say anything when you mark him with the path to the grave?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Lady Applejack. Technically, you were unconscious for your turn, but you know, again, we're here to have fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you take your action now. As you get back to your feet, it seems like Vecna either hasn't noticed you or is just ignoring you. So, go ahead and roll. You can roll twice and take the higher one.
Okay.
20. Wait, 20. No, for real. Like, actually, for real. Like,
you are the luckiest.
No!
That is so silly.
Wait, for real. I need you to know something. He still has so many hit points, but this means you are going to do 4 times as much damage. So here's how this is gonna work. You are gonna roll 7d6. So give her seven of these.
You got a couple there, so you got.
Yeah, I think you have enough.
3, 7 of them.
7.
And then give her 1d8 if you would there. Just help her find the
Yeah,
d8.
that's this guy, right?
It is.
Cool.
And you're also gonna give her one of these triangles. Give her d4.
Yes.
Would you clear all those out? Just make it simple. Okay, you're gonna roll all of that, and you're gonna do 4 times that much damage to him. Jeez, I cannot believe that you were actually literally about to kill him.
Okay.
Right.
30.
I think 26.
26.
So now you do 4 times 26 damage.
Yeah. You can do.
So that would be
26.
You're gonna do 104 points of damage to him. He had 102 left. So
You did something!
That was.
tell me what it looks like when Lady Applejack kills Vecna. What does she do to him?
So Lady Applejack goes in with a stab.
Goes in with a
She slices his head off.
Ooh.
Then she stabs him in his eyeball.
one eyeball.
Lady Applejack.
Then he goes in. She goes in for like a stab with like a head split. Like
Ooh.
Fun.
Yeah.
Like that.
You see he opens his mouth like he's about to say something else and down the middle.
Yeah.
And his body collapses and that book falls out.
Oh, the book.
And everything around you begins to ripple and shimmer and the darkness passes away and you're back in Hawk's End.
Oh,
and you see all the people are standing there looking confused.
Yeah.
But the book, Joe, the book, as you're staring at it, it looks like it is made out of flesh of some kind, with the face like a growling demon carved in the cover of it, and there are metal bindings down it. And it's like it's whispering to you, Joe, Joe, Joe.
Oh, I've got to read this.
Yeah.
And as Joe reaches out for the Book of Vile Darkness,
Oh, I didn't know it was called that.
I think that is a wonderful place for us to stop. Gotta save something for the sequel, right?
Oh, man.
Congratulations to you all.
Yeah.
And congratulations to you. Yes, you killed Vecna. Yes.
Crazy.
I need you to know, I absolutely would have killed all of you. And that be the end of the story. Be like, I guess Vecna wins. That's the ending. So, we rolled the dice and landed on a level 20 good time. Thanks to the Hellfire Club for playing Glorious Lady Applejack. Thank you at home for watching Netflix Geeked. And until next time, go out there, roll some dice, and have some fun. Thank you all so much. Bye-bye. What's up, Honorary Hellfire Club members? I hope you enjoyed watching us mix it up with Vecna. He's a real son of a lich to deal with, and I am not sorry about that joke. You've watched us play, now I hope it inspires you to dig into some D&D at your table. Tell amazing stories, have grand adventures, and epic battles with your friends. It's my favorite thing in the world, and I think it'll be yours too. Remember, D&D is for everyone, and to help you get started, we're releasing the Vecna Dossier, a digital manual with everything you need to bring the multiverse's most powerful lich to unlife in your game. You can find it on D&D Beyond, the official digital tool set of Dungeons & Dragons. Now, all you've got to do is gather some unsuspecting friends and unleash Vecna on them. They'll thank you, eventually.
My name is Chogren Munoz. I'm an illustrator and storyteller from Guayaquil, Ecuador, and I get to draw for a living. You know, everybody gets their influences as they grow up. For me, when I went to school, I really latched on to people like Iworks and Osamu Tezuka. So my two biggest influences is a combination of Japanese pop culture and classic American rubber hose cartoons. For the Stranger Things piece specifically, I originally titled the piece I Am the Monster. I essentially fused the character of Eleven and the Demogorgon together. Being an artist sometimes, especially like working in different industries, it can sometimes feel like a rat race. The reminder I always tell myself is just focus on my voice, what I would like to see put out there in the world.
Is over, 11. You have freed me. You can't stop this now.
Want even more Stranger Things? You'll find news, videos, interviews and more on Doom, the official Netflix site to help find and fuel your fandom. From behind-the-scenes photos to red carpet coverage to 80s hairstyle secrets from set. Dive deeper into the upside down on netflix.com/Doom.